Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's stream. So the group we have on tonight, we have two more people joining us in a little bit, but right now we have Aaron, aka Jersey Devil Aaron, and Ace. So if you guys want to introduce yourselves, starting with Aaron, go right ahead.
Can you hear me fine?
Yep.
Okay, so basically, I'm a Jersey Devil operator. I've been working there since April, and I am like one of the 3 enthusiasts that work there. So if you find me, I will give you plenty of airtime room. Yep. Calling window.
And Ace?
This is Ace, aka Mr. Ka. You can find me on Facebook, Ace Ka, and Instagram, Ace Ka.
Ace is currently
100.
in the zone right now, driving home from Hershey, right?
Hershey, yep. A 2-day spectacular trip at Hershey Park, which was totally like dead literally yesterday on Saturday in the rain.
Likewise,
Awesome.
Great Adventure was completely empty yesterday. Aaron and I were there.
Wow.
Both Aaron was there as a guest and a worker, but it was totally empty. There were under 300 people there total. So
Wow.
probably one of the deadest days I've ever seen at the park. And today I didn't go, but from what I heard, it wasn't much more crowded, maybe close to 1,000 people in the park total, and they closed a little early. But this weekend, I'm really surprised the park even bothered to stay open because the weather was kind of iffy. Although when we were there, the weather was pretty fine. So you can definitely stay tuned for that vlog. Hopefully coming out soon. I think I have it scheduled for Tuesday to space them out a little bit. But first and foremost, what do you guys want to talk about? Because it's been a little while since we did a stream. I think 3 weeks at this point. So I'll let you guys ask some questions in the chat to gather them up. Ace, sounds like you have something.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how many rides you got on Wildcat last week, but it just gets better and better and better and better. It's so high up in my rankings. It's gone from number 6 of opening day 1 to number 3. And everybody is saying, and I concur with it. So many people are saying that Wildcat killed Steve, and I concur with it. It's just one hell of a coaster, Wildcat, because the lap bar, I've learned how to sit in it so I get extra airtime and I let them staple me. Give myself as much inches that you and everybody else get, like 3 or 4 inches. And wow, it's just painless when you're like not stapled. It's just a phenomenal ride. 22 times that I got. Like 17 times yesterday. A lot of rain rides, dark rides, night rides. 22 times on Friday and Saturday on Wildcat. I could have voted more.
What rows? What
Incredible.
rows did you sit in?
All over, mostly the back, the front, the middle, all over, whatever was available to get as many rides as possible.
When I was there on
Phenomenal.
Sunday, I rode it 8 times, 4 times
Nice.
earlier in the day and 4 times at night. The only reason I didn't ride it more was because you know how they have that gate in the station where you can walk from the
Yeah.
unload to the load platform? Well, they wouldn't let me
Yeah.
through, so I had to keep walking all the way around. And I was the
Oh,
only one on the
wow.
train for a lot of the rides, so it was running a little slower. But the
Wow.
rides I got where the trains were full, unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Especially at night when it was pitch black out with the fog. I don't know if the fog was on for Ace at night, but what's cool is you go through that third inversion, the 0G roll with that snap to it.
Yeah.
Then you go through the overbank, and as you go through the overbank, it's completely coated in fog. So you dive through the fog, and then when you come out of the fog, you have the claw marks on the side of the building that like completely blind you, and then you go through the 0G roll. So it's really, really cool.
Wow. I didn't get that, but I did get dark rides. The only thing that was on was the claws and Wildcat. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of that on
But
Friday night because I did it wisely. I did the mazes before 9 and after 10. So I had 1 hour on both days, like ERT on Wildcats Revenge. That's how we did it. We played it out. We're doing all the mazes on both days. So that's how we did it.
So
had a
since
lot
the
of fun.
last stream, I've been able to do all 3 of the major scare events in the area: Great Adventures, Fright
Nice.
Fest, Dorney's Haunt, and Hershey Park's Dark Nights. And I do want to share some of my opinions on the 3 of them. So Fright Fest, I can't fully judge yet because the 2 new mazes aren't open yet, Saw X and Conjuring. And from what I've heard, those 2 are absolutely spectacular. So that'll probably boost my opinion of Fright Fest once those open. But as of right now, the way I see the events, Hershey Park is definitely the leader of the pack with regards to the terror trails. They might not have as many scare actors as, say, Dorney or Great Adventure does, but they don't need to. The theming in there is unlike anything I've ever seen from a scare event. I mean, the attention to detail inside the mazes, I couldn't believe just how intensive it was. I mean, their stories were unbelievable. You could see, going through, like in Descent, you went through the sewers, you went through all the different parts. In Carnival, you had the carnival itself, but then you also had like where the actors live and like just so many crazy aspects to it. And Annie Mortem's Arbitrum, or whatever it's called, the new one, that and Carnival are definitely my 2 favorites of Hershey. They were unbelievable. And Coal Mine was really, really good too. And then the scare zones, Hershey, they're still new to the whole Halloween event thing. So the scare zones, of course, they're not going to be on the same level as some of the other parks, but they're still really good. I think that the new one right in front of their splashwater ride, I can't remember what it's called, but it's kind of themed like a toxic wasteland. That's definitely the best scare zone. It's some really cool effects in there and everything. And then Midway of Misery was really cool too. But I think Dorney is definitely the winner with regards to scare zones. Their scare zones are unbelievable, and the actors are so interactive. I mean, you'll see, or if you did see in the vlog today, the one actor came up and took my phone and started filming herself, like doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I was like, this is interesting. But yeah, they were unbelievable there. And Dorney's new maze, Ghost in the Machine, which is themed after Iron Menace, is by far the best maze they've ever had. And their mazes are really good.
Wow.
That maze competes with Hershey Park's mazes. I mean, it blew my mind how good it was. And the exterior at night, even if you don't go through it, just walk over there to see the exterior of it because it is so cool looking, like just mind blowing. And then Fright Fest, it's not too different from last year. And like I said, we can't really judge it fully yet because we haven't gotten to try the 2 new mazes. But what they have is still pretty good. I think Big Top Terror might be the winner this year. It was really good all the times I've gone through it. The actors are really good. And there's a ton of actors both in Dorney's mazes and Great Adventures mazes. I mean, they are just packed with scare actors. And the scare zones at Great Adventure are pretty cool too. I definitely think the ones in the front of the park are the best. The pirate one, I think it's a little weaker than Lady of the Lake was when that was still around. I do like Lady of the Lake better, but the pirate one was still pretty cool. And of course, Demon District up by Joker's really good. And then the Clown area, Clown Town by Batman's good. But I do think that Great Adventure overall, the Fright Fest event, isn't quite as good as Haunt and Dark Knights. But like I said, that's judging it without Conjuring and Saw X, which I think you're definitely going to raise my opinion of it. But it's fairly similar to the past couple of events that we've seen from Fright Fest. But Ace, since you've been to both Dark Knights and Fright Fest, what do you think?
Like you said, alluded to exactly 1 week ago, and it's the main reason why what inspired me to go and to hang out with my friend David is that, man, that damn those mazes at Hershey, incredible. I think it's like, wow, the best mazes I've seen since what is that, Halloween Horror Nights and Universal in 2010. And I was very, very pleased, especially with the mazes on top where Wildcat's Revenge are, and the one that's right near Trailblazer. Those are my favorite ones. I just liked all the special effects, the jump scares, everything. All those mazes had something that was different, and even the thing that squeezes you, that they finally brought back after the COVID pandemic. Incredible. I forgot what they call that. That you get squished.
Yeah, I
You
know
have to
you
go
mean like
towards
the air
white.
cushions that come out at you.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was just so pleased. I just love seeing everybody just jump and get scared. Great job. But like you said, they need to have more of the what do you call that?
Scare actors.
Ah, yes, and they need to have more of those throughout the park. That's all they need. Hopefully they improve on that at 24. So yeah, and I'm looking forward to another contract at Great Adventure in October. My opinion, based on Great Adventure's Flight Fest as a whole. So yeah, Hershey Park blowing away when it comes to the Hershey in the dark. Absolutely, very pleased.
Is it free? I remember last year I had to pay like more to get into Dark Knights.
It's free this year, yeah.
This year it's free.
So
And
Aaron,
like with
what
all
is
the
it
mazes, all the mazes included, everything.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Aaron, did you go to Haunt or Dark Knights yet this year?
Nope, I'm going October 14th. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
I will,
What
yep.
have you thought of Fright Fest at Great
Is
Adventure?
that, excuse me, what?
Oh,
Is that a Friday, the 14th?
No, that's a Saturday. I'm going on a Saturday.
You may see me, if it all depends on if my friend's available. I may go either the 14th and 15th or
Okay.
the 21st and 22nd because I got to go to obviously to the party, the pumpkin patch on the last week. So one of those two midweek October weekends, I'll be back for a weekend. Hershey Park's phenomenal. And I'm sure, Colin, if you was living close, you go there like every week,
Oh, absolutely.
practically like me. It's
definitely.
a great park. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was definitely a great event. And what was nice was, at least with Great Adventure and Hershey, I've been on very low crowd days during their Haunt events. So I haven't seen what it's really been like in peak crowds at either of the parks because Great Adventure's been dead every time I went. And Hershey, we went on a rainy day, so it was also dead there. So lots of good luck there. And if you are looking to go to any of the events, definitely avoid Saturdays if you can.
Oh, yeah.
I know how crowded they can get. Great Adventure, especially, I've seen, and Dorney on a Friday night was packed. So just know that going in. If you encounter a day with good weather and it's a weekend, it's going to be packed. So my best advice for like Great Adventure, for example, go either Wednesday or Thursday night during their Power Hours events, or go on a Friday night because it's usually not as bad as a Saturday. And of course, if you encounter a bad weather day, go. This weekend was prime time to go if you didn't mind getting a little wet because there was literally nobody there. Could have ridden rides hundreds of times if you really wanted to. And the same goes for Hershey and Dorney. Pretty much the same story there. What's up, Ace?
Oh, excuse me. FYI, for all the coastal connoisseurs in the GP, Hershey Park, unlike Six Flags and Dorney Park, Cedar Fair, they leave their rides open, with the exception, obviously, of Skyrush in the Rain and Storm Runner. Everything else is pretty much open. Wildcat's Revenge in the Rain, the
Pandemonium.
Great Bear.
Candemonium closes.
Candemonium closes, but it opened back up as soon as the rain stopped. So, yeah, a lot of rides ended up opening. It was a rainy day and was dead. That was awesome.
Yeah, when I was there, every time it started raining, that's when Storm Runner and Candy would go down and Skyrush was closed for the day. But they don't, I'm pretty sure they don't run any rides that go over the speed of 70 miles an hour in the rain. That's kind of
Right.
what I was able to
Right.
figure out, since Skyrush, Candy, and Storm Runner would be closed during the rain.
Right.
And Great Adventure,
Phenomenal.
they keep everything open except for King Ka in the rain. I mean, unless
Yeah.
there's thunder or lightning, everything stays open.
Yeah. That's
Creates
true.
some interesting experiences, that's for sure.
And it was just amazing because we were literally drenched and our feet wet when we did our first 7 rides on rain rides. As soon as we got in the park, about like mid afternoon, like about 12:01 on Wildcat's Revenge, and then we dried up and we went to the chocolatier. And let me tell you something, your dad was absolutely right. That ice cream was phenomenal. They gave me an extra scoop of ice cream because my friends and I, or three of us, we shared it. And milkshakes, we all shared everything. And they gave me a lot of ice cream. Next, I advise you and you too, Aaron, to try out that ice cream, whatever it's called, that
Milton's.
special ice cream, the Milton's special Halloween ice cream cone. It's really good. It's like
Yeah, it looks
greenish.
good. My dad had it when we were there.
Oh my God, phenomenal! It tastes like cookies and cream and raspberry. It's incredible.
I had their strawberry milkshake there. It was really good. But with
Yeah,
that being
and
said,
I got a
it looks like we
discount.
have a lot of questions in the chat, so we're going to start going
Yep.
through them. I'm going to start from the top and work my way down. Starting with Daniel Gomez. You still on the Great Adventure History forums? I am, although they don't really seem to be all that active these days. But I remember like the best time for them were when Jersey Devil was still in the rumor mill in 2019, and people were just going wild predicting what it was going to be. And I remember Six Flags Fun got it right. And he almost got Flash right, too. So props to him.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. Colin 2012 is calling. They want their music back. I'll update it eventually. Not today, though. Let's see. Ace, be careful driving. From Moon Muncher.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Should I get out to Dark Nights this year? Absolutely. Definitely go to Dark Nights. I cannot recommend it enough. Would it be a good idea to go to Great Adventure tomorrow? Great Adventure's closed for a private event. I believe, Aaron, you would probably know. What's the event?
Muslim Day.
Muslim Day. So unless you're going and you have a ticket for Muslim Day, you can't go. Your pass won't work. So unless you have a ticket for that event, probably not a good idea to go. Unless you want to go to the safari. I think that's still open. Let's see. Any word on construction starting on the new ride? I have seen nothing with regards to Flash, if you're talking about Flash. Iron Menace, on the other hand, they're pouring footers and moving along pretty well. But it's kind of to be expected with Flash since it was a last-minute addition. So if I had to guess, we'll probably see construction on the scale of Iron Menace start maybe by the end of the year. I definitely wouldn't expect it to be open in the spring, that's for sure. So we'll just have to wait and see with that. Let's see. El Toro or Wildcat's Revenge? No, not El Toro. Wildcat's Revenge.
Yeah.
Really?
Wildcat. Yeah. Wildcat's Revenge. Number 3 out of the many coaster credits I have. It's shot up from 6 to 3. My favorite time. Wildcat's Revenge is the second song I see ever. Absolutely, hands down.
Yeah, people say it's the Gwazi of the North.
Yes,
So.
it is.
It is.
It's
yes.
mind-blowing.
Oh my God. It is. It's
There's
still
no right being as good as it is.
RMC is in great hands with the new leaders. Let's just put it that way. One of the newest, one of the first coasters that they've designed since they took over.
Let's see. I was at Great Adventure today. Got absolutely drenched, but the park was empty. Looked empty, that's for sure. Yesterday and today, both empty days. Yesterday, it was so empty that at peak time, from Superman's exit ramp, Tom and I could see our cars. There was nobody parked behind us in Preferred. It was maybe 20 cars in Preferred, maybe. It's really like just nobody there. On Great Adventure's website, it has a list of the rides that are operating for Power Hours, Toro, Medusa, and Mine. That I didn't know. Let me take a look at the website, actually. I feel like they should be open, though, because from what I understand, they are staffing those areas. So Let me just take a look at the website real quick and try to find it. That is weird. They're not on there. Aaron, do you know anything about that?
No, I'm always at Jersey Devil, so
That's true. I'll have to ask Sammy. That is weird, though, that Toro's not on there. Neither is Medusa or Mind Train, but Ka's on there. Odd.
Yeah, they better put Toro on there.
I hope so.
Jesus Christ. You already
But
did
yeah,
2 years
Batman,
without Toro.
Fender Benders, Green Lantern, Harley Quinn, Jersey Devil, Justice League Ka, Little Devil, Nitro, Skull Mountain, Sky Screamer, Sky Zuma, Superman, Dark Knight, Joker, Treetop Hopper, and Wonder Woman. I'm sure people that are going to Fright Fest Power Hours are just itching to get on Treetop Hopper. Let's see.
So
Great Adventure versus Hershey. Now, this is a hard one for me because obviously I have a very big soft spot for Great Adventure. Been going there since I was little, but I've also been going to Hershey since I was little. And I have always thought that Hershey is the better park overall. I mean, Hershey has built it into like almost a resort at this point. I mean, you can spend multiple days there easily. You have the boardwalk, you have Hershey Park, you have Chocolate World, you have all of Chocolate Town, plus all of downtown Hershey. I mean, there's a lot to do there. Great Adventure is in the middle of the Pine Barrens in Jackson. So, I mean, there's not too much to do other than Great Adventure, the Safari, Hurricane Harbor. But Great Adventure, don't get me wrong, I love that park. It's an excellent park. But Hershey, I think they have the best coaster lineup in the country, in my opinion, even better than Cedar Point. It's just so well-rounded. Collection of rides. The park is super clean, super well done. Everything about Hershey, I love. And Great Adventure, again, I'm not trying to bash it at all. It's a great park, but it's not Hershey Park.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were spot on. You hit the nail right on the head on all of that. With Hershey Park, you're absolutely right. It is the better overall park when you look at the quality, the cleanliness, and the coaster collection. Hands down, pretty much the best damn theme park in the world. And also, you forgot to mention, you even go towards the parking lot, drive towards the parking lot, and you have where they have events in their supersized
the
stadium.
Yeah.
They have so much stuff there. You're right, it is a resort. Unbelievable. Hershey is special.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Although it might change in the coming years for Great Adventure. I know they're going to add some big things. So
there's a lot of investment coming to Great Adventure. That's for sure. But Hershey has an unlimited money pot, so they can do really whatever they want.
That's true.
Yep.
I mean, look at Dark Knights. The way it's just came out of nowhere, and now it's one of the best, if not the best, theme park Halloween events in the Northeast. I mean, it's a testament to how much money they have to work with. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's amazing. Like I was telling my friend yesterday, I'm sure you and your dad had this conversation. When you look at it, they must have started in August putting this together. They really were very detail oriented, and they really did a great job when it came to. I was looking at it like the infrastructure, phenomenal job. They did not play around with the Hershey Park mazes. Phenomenal.
No, not at all.
Wow.
Next up, how have the crowds been at Hershey? So I've been to Hershey 3 times this year. My first visit was in the springtime, and it was pretty packed. I mean, most rides had very long lines, but that's kind of to be expected from Hershey. Hershey is usually very crowded. The next time I went was Wildcat's Revenge's Media Day, which was June 1st. I think it was a Thursday. It was crowded, but not like terribly crowded. I mean, we'd wait maybe 15, 20 minutes for certain rides, but nothing terrible at all. And then, of course, my most recent visit to Dark Knights was kind of a fluke because it was rainy, so I waited nothing for anything. So they're kind of very weather dependent and day dependent. If you go on a weekend, prepare to wait a very long time. But if you go on a weekday or a day with rain and they happen to stay open, you're golden. Ace, would you concur?
Yes.
I would concur. Even on weekdays during the summer, Hershey has been packed. So
yeah, I mean they're like the Cedar Point of PA. They're always crowded.
And you always have to take this into consideration. The school groups of May It's underrated how crowded they make Hershey Park. The school groups of May and June, so you got to watch out. Monday through Friday, it can feel like a Saturday.
True.
Even the flash, not the flash pass, but the quick queue that their version is called, I
Fast
believe.
track.
It's extreme. Fast tracks is extremely packed. Even Fahrenheit's line was down the stairs because of the school kids. So yeah, they take over the Hershey Park in May and June.
Yeah. Let's see. We'll be riding Wildcat on October 6th for the first time. I've heard row 8 is a magical seat. There's a whole bunch of magical seats on that ride. Of course, you have the front row and the back row. Row 3 is also really, really good. Really, every seat on that ride is great. But you will definitely feel some differences whether you sit towards the front or towards the back. And ride the left side. The left side is much better than the right side.
Yeah.
I find the right side's more out of control, it feels like, because of the double down. The double down, you know?
No, I guess because you're on that side, yeah. I like the left side because that little, after the big airtime hill, you have that like little step up that banks to the right. Since you're on the left side, you get popped out more.
Same thing.
Go ahead.
Same thing with the Lost Coaster, the Outer Bank.
Yeah.
I got a lot of left side rides on the Lost Coaster, and I didn't get any airtime on that Outer Bank.
Exactly. You got to sit on the right side for that.
Yep.
And then towards the end of the ride, the third inversion, the one that the 0G roll that's really snappy, you're on the left side. You just get ejected out to the left. It's insane. Let's see. Hey, Jersey Devil Aaron, how many bolts does Jersey Devil have?
You know, I know they used to put those questions on the test, but they haven't for Jersey Devil, so I don't know.
I will be honest, the Fright Fest houses aren't that good. I wouldn't recommend paying for them. So I do think they're good, but there is the dilemma that Hershey Park and Dorney Park, their mazes are free, included with admission, whereas Great Adventure, they're an upcharge. So it does make me think about the value of those mazes versus Great Adventures. I am curious if Six Flags eventually will adopt the free maze approach, because it is kind of confusing if you're going to the park for Fright Fest and you're expecting, oh yeah, they have all these mazes, I'm just going to go there and go on them. No, you have to pay extra for them. It's kind of like, wait, but they're marketed as being included. So I think unless they change marketing up a little bit for Fright Fest, they're probably going to continue to have some issues with people being confused. I know even pass holders will go and they'll be kind of pissed that they can't just walk through the mazes. So I do think that it'd be nice if eventually Six Flags does adopt a free approach, but I also feel like that could degrade the quality of the mazes. We'll just have to wait and see. But Fright Fest houses in general at all parks are kind of hit or miss. I mean, Dorney, I've been there quite a few times for Haunt. I went 2019, 2021, because I don't think they had it in 2020, 2022, and 2023. So I've been there a lot. And there's mazes that have pretty much stayed the same throughout all those years, but one year will be like much worse than another year. And that's pretty much just dependent on the scare actors that are in there, the people that you're going through the maze with, because people that you're going through the maze with can definitely affect it negatively. I always recommend having a good group size yourself, like maybe around 6 people or so with your party. That way you can kind of get your own group to go in there, because if you're maybe a group of 1 or 2, kind of get screwed going through and then, you know, having to deal with people that might ruin it. Totally got a good jump scare last Sunday. Most mazes get me a good jump scare or 2 every now and then. I'm not really particularly scared of the mazes. I've kind of gotten accustomed to it at this point. I think most of us have that go through them a lot, but you can always get a good jump scare every now and then. Oh boy, it looks like we have a lot of Jersey Devil Aaron questions. Why does Jersey Devil have a single rail?
That's what the park wanted. You know, it kind of eliminated all the Northeast parks from getting a single rail. So it was kind of the right decision by Great Adventure.
I'd say so. How many people have died on Jersey Devil?
Zero.
You know, just like every other coaster in the park.
Yeah.
So.
It's true.
Does Jersey Devil go upside down?
Yes,
you can see in the background right there, it's going upside down.
Two right there above me, yeah.
Let's see. No one dies on new coasters, for the most part. But yeah, they're very safe. You're much more likely to get killed driving there than you are to get killed there. So just always remember that.
That's true.
What's the best family coaster? Hagrid's.
Yeah,
Hagrid's and Verbolten, but Hagrid's is better.
yeah. Hagrid's hands down.
Big Bear looks good too, but I haven't been on it yet.
Yeah, Big Bear's great. It's better than Verbolten. Underrated.
Let's see. I'm going on Saturday. Yes, lines will be very long, unless it's a bad weather day.
Yeah. Yep.
Like yesterday, it was empty. There were, like I said, less than 300 people in the park.
One train on Jersey Devil. It was crazy.
And you didn't even need more.
Mm-mm. No.
And then there was, 6 of us on El Toro over the course of an hour. That was it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It didn't run for a good 30 minutes straight because nobody was riding it. So they were just sitting up there waiting for us to go. Crazy. Let's see. If a ride underwhelms you at your first time riding, do you just keep riding more in order to understand the hype? So usually if a ride underwhelms me, it's because I rode it in the morning before it had time to warm up, and I know that going in. So I'll wait until later once the ride warmed up, go back on, and usually I'll like it more. Maybe I'll ride it a couple times to see if it gets better. Like a ride that never really got better for me was Voyage when I rode it. I know it's one of my biggest controversial opinions. I'm really not a huge fan of Voyage. It's good, but I don't think it's anywhere near a top tier wooden coaster. I just
Did
think
you ride it during Hollywood Nights?
No. I rode it in 2019 on a hot summer day, and it didn't really do it for me. The airtime was weak. It was pretty rough. The turns, I guess, were fine, but I don't know. It wasn't what I wanted it to be. And I figured, all right, well, I rode it early in the day. Maybe if I let it warm up later, it'll get better, and it never did. But sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
Extremely grateful for your content and how pure you keep it. My autistic 7-year-old
opinion is like pretty much
I
straightforward.
can always count on you for content I can safely share with him. It means a lot to us. Well, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. I'm glad I could provide content for your kid. I really appreciate that. What were you saying, Ace?
Oh, I was going to say, allude to the point that Voyage, in a less convoluted statement, just like you were straight direct, it is overrated. And if you do love rough stuff, that is the coaster to go on. It's the coaster of roughness, even though they just retracted, I believe, in 19 or 20. So I've been on it prior to that and after. So I don't see no confusion. I voted 4 times the last time I went back in June. So, yeah, I prefer Phoenix or its cousin, long-distance cousin, Ravine Flyer, than riding Voyage, to be honest. So it is overrated.
I concur. Here's a good question.
Yes.
RMC's lightning rod switching to chain lift, will it hurt the ride experience? I watched the video saying RMC is in trouble. Is this true? Well, I'll start with your first question. I've had the opportunity to ride lightning rod on 2 separate occasions, I guess you could call it. I rode it in late July of 2019 and November of 2022. And those 2 ride experiences were 2 completely different rides. When I rode it in 2019, for whatever reason, if you look back at my footage, it was running like as fast as it did in 2016, like full speed over the top of the lift hill, which I know isn't usually the case for that year, but I guess I caught it on a good day, and it was amazing. It was my number 1 coaster, and if it was still in that state right now, it would still be my number 1 coaster. No coaster experience has topped what Lightning Rod 2019 was like. It wasn't super rough. It was getting rough, but it ran so fast. That launch is really what made the ride for me. And that airtime pop you got over the top of the lift hill and, of course, going into the drop was ridiculous. And that's what actually made it a front row ride for me. That's one of the only RMC coasters out there that I actually preferred in the front row. It was an amazing ride. And like I said, still number 1, that version of the ride. When I came back in 2022, there had been a lot of changes to it. For one, the launch did not hit the same. The launch itself was really good until you got to the top because they removed a lot of the LSMs and it just kind of crawled over the top. Though what was nice was that a lot of the ride was retracked with the iBox track, so it ran a lot smoother, but the sections of track that were not retracked were really, really rough, way rougher than they were in 2019. Just beat the crap out of you. So it actually turned into a back row ride after that happened, and it just isn't the same. I mean, it's still good, but the launch is really still my favorite part of the ride because just the fact that you blast up the mountain like that, you have the loud LSM screaming, it's something else. So I feel that the chain lift or cable lift, whatever they're doing, getting added to the ride takes away the coolest part of the ride for me. I mean, it's still going to be great. The layout itself is really solid, but the launch really added a lot to the ride. And the fact that that launch is gone now, it's just not the same ride.
Well, we
Ace,
have until
you had
October
something. Go ahead,
30th.
Aaron.
We have until October 30th. So
Yeah, a
it's not
little
done
while
yet.
longer.
Not too much. Although I don't think it'll change at all. It feels like it crested the top at like 13 miles an hour. So it's probably just gonna feel the same as it does now.
Minus the awesome start.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ace,
You know, it just goes without saying. When I first got, I was one of the first lucky ones to get on it within the first month of 16. Never the same again ever since that year when it was all top of track wooden. And it's going to change completely. And the last couple of times I've gone to Dollywood, not the same. So I'm just wondering to see how it's going to be when they add the chain lift in 24.
yeah, I guess we'll see. I mean, hopefully, I know the reason they're doing this, of course, is for reliability, and I would much rather the ride be open more often and maybe not be as good, where as opposed to the state it operates in now, where a lot of people never even get the chance to ride it. So, yes, I am a little disappointed that it's losing the coolest aspect of the ride. I've actually had really good luck. It has never broken down on me at all across my 3 days I've been to Dollywood between 2019 and 2022. Never broke down once. I don't know how I got that lucky, but I know a lot of people have not been that lucky. So at least the cable lift or chain lift, like I said, I'm not sure which one they're doing because chain lifts don't really go super fast usually. So a 13-mile-an-hour chain lift sounds kind of surprising to me. But like I said, I'd much rather see it operate more often than not. And then with regards to the second part of your question, I have no idea what that has anything to do with. I've never seen a video saying RMC is in trouble. If it's what I'm thinking it is, it's probably clickbait, but I can't say for sure. Why is the water playground gone? It was so fun. I really don't know why they closed Splashwater Oasis because it's still there. They haven't gotten rid of it. So you would think if they closed it in a rush, they would want to replace it, but they never did. So I really don't know why it's not open. While it's been closed since like 2017. So I don't know. And look at that. Tom.
Right away. Wow.
Welcome, Tom.
How's
Wow.
it going, everybody?
Tom made it.
Finally made it.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah,
Pretty
hey,
good.
better late than never.
Yep, I
good.
was at having dinner, late dinner tonight, so finally glad to be
wow.
on.
Tom,
cool.
why don't you fill us in on how great Adventure was yesterday?
Oh, Great Adventure was so good yesterday. You wouldn't think to go on a day like it was, but if you did, you had an excellent time because there were no lines. It was practically power hours, but like on meth. So basically anything you could think to go on, I mean, weather permitting, it was open, it had no line, and it was excellent.
Definitely.
And I have one of two stream activities. I think I've decided I'm going to build the nano coaster that we're on. But for next stream, and once I have the appropriate tools to do so, I have this handy little Hershey Park VHS tape from 1997. But there's a problem. There's mold on the tape. I know how to get rid of it and get it up to playing condition, but that'll probably be next stream when I have like all the supplies available. But it's from the year Wildcat was open. Other than that, I have no info on it, but it might be another fun future stream activity. But for now, Medusa with us on the cover. So
yes, for those of you who don't know, Tom, myself, and Ken are all on that package.
You're definitely not going to see it on here.
Show us.
I don't know if you will.
You can see my bright orange shirt.
Yes. Oh yeah. So there's Colin. I'm there.
And Ken's right behind
Ken's
us.
right there, and you can't really make out that it's Ken, but he'd be the only person wearing long sleeves. So if it's not Ken, they did their homework on how he dresses. So
that's true.
But I gotta believe it's Ken. But I also have the old one here with the old color scheme, just so we can compare once they're both done. So yeah, I'll get cracking on that.
Ace, I see you finally stopped at a red light. You off the highway?
Yeah, because, well, yeah, I went from the 83, 81, 78. Then I started going local to avoid the tolls pretty much throughout this whole trip. Now I'm on the 1 and 9, the brutal 1 and 9. But it's
Oh,
not bad because it's raining. No, it's just the only stopway. Once I start getting through the Tunnel Avenue Circle, it's going to go take me right back on the highway, which is free. And then obviously I have to pay that damn George Washington Bridge toll. Not the Governor Cuomo tonight because I don't feel like driving an extra 60 miles. And I got a V6, got a Dodge Charger, which is a gas guzzler. So I don't want to mess with that extra gas expense. So I might as well just go eat the toll and get home by after 9:15.
truly, I don't know what's worse, 287 or 19.
No, 287 is great because
What do
when you
you-
take the 287, yeah, because I don't have no problem unless you take it on a Saturday. When I'm coming back from Hershey Park and I'm going to North White Plains, yeah, it all depends on what time you take it.
Well, I was on.
So, yeah.
I take 287 from 78, of course, to the Parkway,
Mm-hmm.
and it is
Mhm.
miserable. It was miserable going to Dorney. It was just atrocious.
Which day of the week was that?
Friday night. Well, Friday, like around
Oh,
rush
of
hour.
course.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, no. Anything in the New York area, I could attest to it. It's just trashy. Anything in and out of New York, the bridges, everything near it, even Jersey City, oh, it's disgusting. Especially the Parkway. You don't want no part of it. That's why I hate going to Great Adventure on Friday. I would bring my ass there before 12. I would literally get there. That's why I stay at your place sometimes early. I leave at 11 a.m. Traffic is hard with school traffic and rush hour traffic. So it's rush hour all throughout the afternoon. It's atrocious.
That's what's
It's just,
pretty good
you
for
don't-
me with Great Adventure. I can either take 9 or the local highway, which can
Yeah.
typically not have that bad of traffic, but it depends on
Yeah.
the day.
Route 9 can be
Oh.
very brutal,
9 can be miserable,
especially near like the
It
Freehold
is.
Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can attest to it because I'm always taking the the toll free roads. I've taken that a billion times the last 12 years, so I know. Trust me, it's just unbelievable. Everybody wants to avoid the tolls. That's why
And
it's so much traffic.
537 at the 195 interchange
Yes.
is horrible.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
On crowded nights, forget it. Normally, so I have two ways I can get to Great Adventure from my place. I can either just get on 537 right around the corner and go, but it's like 45 minutes, or I can hop 295 to 195. But honestly, I wind up taking the 537 route. Typically around this time of year, I never have to do it until around now, just because Fright Fest is brutal with the 195 entrance ramps, that I just go left and ride out 537 to get back to South Jersey.
Yeah, I got to go north,
Yeah.
so I have no choice but to go through that.
And guys, do you remember when probably like about 4 or 5 years ago when they replaced the bridge, the overpass over the 195 on
Yes,
537?
I
They
do
Yeah,
were-
and
remember
they
that.
had
Oh my
that,
God,
and they
piece
didn't
by piece.
add more lanes.
Oh, thank you. That's what I was like. What the
One
hell? They
lane
should have added
going
an extra
straight on
lane.
537 because you get
Come
everyone
on now.
cutting over.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's not
rough.
practical. It's impractical. It's unbelievable.
Impractical. But we're gonna get back
Yep.
to some of the questions here. Let's see. From Mark from M&N Amusements, Ace, it was an honor meeting you at Coaster Stock.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, absolutely. Amazing. Great event. It was an honor meeting you too.
What is your number one eye credit? Roller coaster that you've seen but weren't able to go on? Volcano the Blast Coaster.
When you mean by see, you mean by see it in person or just in general?
See it in person but never get to ride.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Definitely Volcano for me.
I
I guess
just missed
actually-
seeing it.
Accelerator too, because that
Yeah.
was closed.
It's got to be something from California for me.
I mean, the next best ride at
Number
Magic Mountain is either Apocalypse or Riddler that we didn't get on.
Right. For now, I'll say Riddler. I'm actually going to go to all my missing credits in that handy little chart you made me, Colin.
Yep.
Where is it? Riding soon and missed. Perfect. It's Montezuma's, or it's probably where is it? Flying Turns, maybe, but that should be easy enough to eventually go back for.
Yeah. What about you, Aaron?
Mine's just
Probably it's Goliath at New England or Thunderbolt at Kennywood.
Well, Goliath at New
Wow.
England was an absolute dumpster fire, so you didn't miss
Mhm.
much.
I know, but Thunderbolt I heard is like it's not the best in the park. So
Yeah.
It's just supposed to. Like, it was Intimidator 305, but then, like, I finally got on it this year. So I can't say that.
Right.
I was
Yeah.
thinking lightning loops, but no, because I probably will ride Diamondback in my lifetime because it's still at Frontier City. However, I'm gonna have to go with one of the ones you got on. You got me of y'all one up me, Colin and Tom. That's gonna be Flash, the newly Flash vertical velocity, newly named Flash vertical velocity. I don't know what it is, but I can't get that. It's never
Oh, you
opens
mean
on time.
Discovery
It always
Kingdom? I'm like,
opens.
are you talking about Great
Yeah,
Adventure?
DK. Yeah, DK always opens the damn thing after I leave because I usually do both parks, DK and CGA in the same day. They always open it late. There was something wrong with it, so I'll probably get it in 2 years. So that's the credit.
They'll be gone in 2 years.
Well, hey, if it's gone, it's gone. So be it. Ain't meant to be.
Yeah.
Can't get everything. You know. So
I
that's the
went to
only.
Great
There's a lot of
Adventure
kitty
today.
credits.
It was drenched. Oh, I could imagine. It was raining pretty bad up here.
Yeah, I was busy today, but I thought about it. I'm like, man, if I went, I'd probably be miserable with the weather.
Yeah, I was thinking about it because COD did open at one point
I
today.
saw
so I was
that.
like, eh. Yeah, it opened in the morning for like about
Oh.
50 minutes until it started raining again.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Let's see. Do you think Six Flags Great Adventure will ever get a wing coaster? They were supposed to, and then it didn't happen. So maybe one day. We'll see where Salim's
That'd be
leadership
nice.
takes us.
that'd be nice. He loves our park, so that's a great thing.
Yes, he does.
Yep, that is beautiful. That bodes well for us. So we could be the Magic Mountain of the 2000 teens and just collect those coasters that we were supposed to get. So now is our
What are the
time.
2 worst coasters you've ever been on?
Ooh.
Oh, that's
I'm gonna
that's
say-
easy.
Wildcat at Lake Compounce and Looping Star at Keensburg.
Ah,
I gotta agree on Wildcat at Lake Compounds. That's probably one of the worst things I've ever been on. But then, because I forget who I was having this debate with, but I was talking to someone. It's like, what's worse, when a coaster is like rough and unbearable, but like it's memorable at least. But then you go and there's other rides that are bad because they're boring and they just don't do a whole lot. And I'm blanking on the name of the mine train. See, the ride was so bad that I forgot it. At Great Escape. Great Escape's mine train. Anybody?
Canyon Blaster.
Yes, there you go.
Oh,
See, the
yeah,
ride was
wow.
so boring that I forgot the name. And to me, it's like, what's worse? Something like Lake Compounds' Wildcat that it beats you up, or Canyon Blaster and it's boring and you don't remember riding it because it was just that boring. But I'll say those 2. But one day I think I'm going to sit down and rank the worst of whatever. Kong deserves a shout out too at Discovery Kingdom.
I would say Kitty Hawk at Carowinds. A hanging bang. I think it was my first. And I just remember riding it in 2019 and like hating it. Nothing else really
Sounds
comes
about right.
Yeah.
Ace.
I'd say, and obviously number 1. Even though I'm glad y'all didn't ride this hellacious diabolical coaster, the Green Lantern, the Intamin, Zach Freespin, horrible. I'm glad they didn't put the damn thing up. Throw it in the trash. Six Flags alone, they did the right thing. Number 2, Tide. I concur with you guys. Wildcat, the most miserable wooden front row experience. Rolling Thunder, it made Rolling Thunder look like a peaceful coaster, basically, when I rode Wildcat at Lake Compounds. And your coaster at Keensburg, Colin. That thing, those 2 are tied. That thing was the most miserable. Get me the hell off that thing when I got that last year. What is the name of it?
Looping Star.
That and equally rough. So,
Yeah.
those are the worst. Tied for number 2.
Let's see. Do you believe in an El Toro RMC? No.
No.
Hell no.
No.
Retract.
No.
Retrack maybe, but do not change.
Yeah.
the layout.
You know what? That would be the Balder treatment, right? Balder treatment.
Well, Balder got Intamin retracking, just like Colossus. But honestly,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
El
give it
Toro,
that.
if it was retracked with 208 track and it kept the same trains, if it made it run faster through the layout, then that would be a really good change because it'd be smooth
That'd be
and
crazy.
faster. But we'll see. Best seasonal snack for Fright Fest and Oktoberfest at Great Adventure. I'll let Tom answer this because Tom
Oh,
probably
he's the
has a
food
better
connoisseur.
opinion than I do.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna subvert your expectations because I have not tried any Oktoberfest food at Great Adventure. I had the pork sliders and the strudel at Great Escape, which I assume like the food has to be like comparable, like they're probably all doing similar things. But I can speak to the Oktoberfest stuff at Great Escape, and it was really good. Austin, if you were here, would agree. The pork slider was insane. It was on a pretzel bun, and it was way better than any of the typical stuff you'll get at a Six Flags park. And the strudel was just like, it was a really good, like it was a kind of a cooler day in the morning, and so like to have a warm snack like that, essentially like a breakfast pastry, was really nice. So I had a mixed berry one. He had an apple one, I think, but they were both really good. Like all that food. So I got to try Great Adventures before it goes away, but I'd say it's probably really good.
Any other opinions?
Oh, only thing I can say for Fight Fest is that I would just have to say the ice cream, even though they don't ever have any ice cream available because it sells out so fast.
Do they have any
the
specialty
cookies
ice
and
cream?
cream.
No.
I don't know. So only the regular ice cream in the front of the park. What is that? Sweet Treats? What is that ice cream place
Oh,
called?
sweet cakes
In
and
the front of the park.
cones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where they
Cakes and
have
cones. That's the best.
Tillamook.
Tillamook, yeah.
Yeah, that's some great ice cream. That's the only thing I've had. I never had any of the what is that? The Oktoberfest stuff. I didn't touch that yet.
Because it's not free.
I almost would have had Omar had coupons, but we were all like full. You know, we were satiated.
Yeah, that was
So-
quite the night.
I know, with the skunk. Oh my god.
Next up, have you ever gotten sprayed by King Ka when sitting in the front row? Yes, I have.
I feel it in the second row,
Yeah.
like even like second, third row. Sometimes you feel it.
Yeah.
Sprayed.
Well, I get
The
Yeah,
hydraulic fluid
yeah.
shoot up at the end or whatever it is,
Oh.
and you just get.
Nope, never happened.
I got
have
sprayed.
ridden Ka
Go ahead.
in the rain, and a rain ride on King Ka is one of the most brutal things you can experience.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, I've done so too. I gotten sprayed quite a few times, a million times. I've been going on it since 2005. So I've gotten sprayed every time in the front, and it's right in the face. And my glasses usually have some kind of icky oil, track lubricant, and water on it. I have to wipe my glasses. So, you know, but it's worth it because there's nothing like a front row on car.
Yeah. Ace, do you remember me in Bloodshed from Joe the Coaster Fan?
Trying to remember. Maybe I do.
Joey.
Oh yeah, I remember Joey. Of course I know Joey. Yeah, I remember him.
Colin, did you film a construction update for Iron Menace? If you plan on going to Dorney again this year, you can get a good look from the bathroom. So I did go up the ramp. I wasn't going to go in the bathroom. I know someone told me you could get a good view from the men's bathroom's window. I'm not filming in there. But
Oh,
I went up to the top of the ramp, and the walls are just high enough so that you could like barely see over it, if at all. You really can't see it. So it's kind of tough. Luke insists that Toro is better than Wildcat.
Yeah.
Can't say I agree.
Oh, Toro like is better than Wildcat's Revenge.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's better than
No.
this Wildcat.
Oh.
that I will give, but yeah, I can't agree.
Yeah.
You know what's really cool? How they have the track, the original GCI first ever coaster track, Wildcats track, right over the exit. It's really cool.
Yeah.
That was smart.
Do you think other Six Flags parks could invest in a Vekoma Super Boomerang in the future after Flash opens a Great Adventure? Probably. I wouldn't
Yeah,
be
I think it's
surprised.
really
But
likely.
I would rather see Six Flags get unique models for each park as opposed to just cloning the Super Boomerang. I mean, I still would have rather seen Great Adventure get a custom giant Vekoma multi-launch. I'm sure that's still on the table, but of course I'm very happy with getting Flash. So I do think it'd be nice
Yeah.
if we saw like unique models go across the parks, but we'll see. Salim, we still don't know for sure his investment strategy. I mean, it's kind of been all over the place ever since he started, so we'll have to see how it goes as time goes on.
You know, yeah, at least it pays homage to Chiller, and that's the beautiful thing about it. The elements of Chiller also.
Toro is the best wooden coaster ever. I agree.
Yes, I concur.
Yeah.
Let's see. What coaster should I ride first at Hershey? I'll be there for the first time on October 14th and 15th for my kid's
Sky
birthday.
Rush.
Well, I'm glad you're getting out there, Hunter. I don't know about Sky Rush. See, the thing is, all the rides at Hershey, they need a little bit of time to warm up. So there's a couple different ways you can go about it.
Oh,
If
okay.
you're looking to get all the credits, hit the low capacity stuff first. Fahrenheit and Laugh Track get ridiculous lines, especially Laugh Track. Just brutal. You'll be waiting years for them if you don't hit them first.
You'll never
Cannabonian
wait
and
for
Sky
lightning.
Rush
Oh, yeah.
have really good capacity. Go ahead, Tom.
I was just gonna say, like, you'll never wait for Lightning Racer. Just like even
Yep.
before it got rough, there was never a line anyway, just kind of hidden back there.
Yeah. Sky Rush,
Oh,
sometimes you'll see a relatively long queue, but the whole key is you want to see where the crowd is going and go where they're not going. Avoid the direction of the crowd and hit the other stuff. Storm Runner can also get a pretty long line because of the way it loads, because
Yeah.
dual loading station, yes, it runs 2 trains, but it's really like running 1 train on each station, so it moves a little weird.
Yeah.
Jolly Rancher Remix, of course, it only runs 1 train, so that can get a line. Trailblazer never has a line. Comet gets a ridiculous line. You have to hit that early.
Oh
Yeah. That Comet's line can get insane.
And yeah,
Comet, Fahrenheit, and Laugh Track, you need to hit early because otherwise you're gonna have to wait over an hour.
And it's like,
And
what do you
excuse
do?
me,
Do you go
FYI.
all the way? Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
head
say
Ace.
Sky Rush is a definite because it's only 1 train for the rest of the season. 1 train. There's something wrong with the second train.
Oh, yes. Apparently, a wheel exploded. I heard from one of the
Oh,
ops.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's funny because
And-
Sammy decided to tell me that it's getting brand new trains.
No, because that's what Justin said. The El Toro supervisor said that. I think he's just making a rumor.
Yeah, and I don't
Or
know
they're
about
taking
that.
this
And-
opportunity. Yeah.
The Hershey
And Jolly
situation's
Rancher
tough.
Remix. Go ahead, Tom.
I'm saying, like, do you go to the back corner where there's like 2 rides that get bad lines in Laugh Track and Storm Runner, or not Storm Runner? It's like Laugh Track and Fahrenheit's pretty close to each other, like relatively speaking. Do you go back there and start all the way, or do you start a Comet that's like right there and then pray that like people haven't made their way back
Yeah,
there
start
immediately?
at Comet. Comet, yeah.
Well, you have 2 days, so for the one day, hit Comet first and all of the hollow and everything. And then the other day, hit Laugh Track, Fahrenheit, and all that stuff first.
Good call.
Just know that working Hershey is definitely a workout. It's very hilly.
Yes,
Just
it
be
is.
prepared to walk a lot. It's a very long park.
Yeah. I lapped it 3 times to wreck it. So you hear that, Tom? Welcome to my world. I can join you in your little exercise thing you do. Because my
Oh,
friend
alright.
is your age, 22. And he said that I had him running around. Because I got some good stretches then, so I was good. Oh, and by the way, Jolly Rancher was closed. It looks like it's gonna be closed to Christmas Candy Lane because they were working on the cable. I saw the cable out.
Oh. Ace,
Like,
what
do
is
you
that
wanna-
in the back
Friday
of
and
your car?
Saturday. What do you mean?
Are you driving with a tarp in your
Oh,
Yeah, the tarp.
back window?
No, I made that. That's plastic. Just so I can, if I have to go give me a rest, I can do it in privacy.
Oh,
I
Do it
mean-
privately.
I would think you'd
Okay.
want to take that down when you're driving.
No, I'm good. I don't have to worry about nobody high beaming me too, because there's a lot of gangster horseman drivers here in the city area. Bunch of idiots. They try
You
to high
can't
beam me
see-
and stuff.
you
So,
can't see out your center rear view then. It's useless.
oh, I could see. Oh, I'm good. I can see.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, I'm absolutely good. Oh, I'm
Well,
good.
Ace,
Trust me.
actually, I do have a question. It's a little unrelated, but since you rent cars usually for your trips, right? Or
Yeah.
for anything
Yeah.
really, right? So
Yeah.
how do you get accustomed to driving different cars so often? Like, how do you get used to them? Because you've driven tons of
Well,
different
listen.
cars.
Have you noticed that I'm eccentric for a reason? They say that most geniuses or most ingenious, smart people are a little eccentric. Did you ever notice that? Like all of
Really?
us, Tom has his ingenious ways, and you do too, Tom. You like your dad are very, very intelligent, and I'm a fast learner. I pick up quickly. Like I could go right on the drop of a dime, and I'm very versatile to go from driving a cargo van F-150 of 2013 to a pickup truck F-250, 150. I could drive a Dodge Charger, which I'm driving now. I could drive a Lexus, anything. You put me with a Class D, I could drive. Oh, absolutely. I pick up quickly. So I've been doing it since I started driving. because I used to rent with Zipcar, and whatever was cheaper, I would go for it. Ford Escapes, what is that? Chevy Suburbans.
Charger's got to be tough on a night like tonight, though, because I used to drive a Charger and it had a rear wheel
I'm
drive,
good,
and like with the rain, it was just a pain in the neck.
but I'm good actually. I'm good
Yeah.
because what I'm doing is I'm not driving too fast from Hershey, so I'm just going with the flow. And so sometimes I put my high beams on. So yeah, I know how to drive. I'm a very, very, very defensive driver, and I see
I
Colin
hope you
is
know how to
too.
drive.
It's Colin, and Colin is also a defensive driver because I saw him driving and following the rules, going into Great Adventure surprisingly. Because I thought he was a fast driver. That's pretty cool, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. Well, you know, the flexibility and how many vehicles I've driven in my life going to Hertz. So shout out to Hertz with the free
Shout out
president
to
circle,
Hertz.
free upgrades.
Ace's
Free
main
upgrades,
car
President
provider. Hi,
Yeah.
Jack.
Oh, yeah, incredible.
Let's see.
Every great experience.
Ace, what's your driving music preference?
Oh, anything old school. R&B, hip hop. Um, those are my go-tos. I can listen to some rock mixed in with R&B, you know. Sometimes some country music too if I get in the mood.
Let's hear some artists.
So I'm
What kind of artists do you like to listen to?
like Barry White, Marvin Gaye, Teddy Pendergrass, Michael Jackson, Janet, Fat Joe, wow, Jay-Z, Tupac, Biggie, Nas, the greats, all the great number ones.
Wow. Very diverse music
Yeah,
taste you got there.
even Lady Gaga, she's great. Lizzo, there's some great people. Maybe some of Tom's music too, because he said he likes to listen to rock, and y'all like to listen to rock.
I
Rock
like
sounds
Tom
like
and
a
I
lot of
have
fun too.
fairly similar music tastes, I'd say. Both
It's-
new and old.
I listen to pretty much everything. Like in my on repeat. You know what? Let's take a look. And most of my on repeat is like it's Austin's fault actually, and that sounds negative, but like he got me into like emo music or like that mid 2000s alt rock. But like I have Morgan Wallen in here. I have Dance Gavin Dance. I have Dion, Van Halen, the Beatles, like everything. My Chemical Romance. Like there's literally like some jazz artists that no one in here would know. Like everything is in there. It's just what I'm on.
Tom, I know, is a heavy listener of my giant playlist.
It's also it's a good one.
I forget how many songs we're at right now. Let me check right now.
It's got to be in the
big
400s.
730 songs.
Oh my god.
Over 52 hours of music. Very long. Ace, you good?
Yeah, I'm just getting some gas.
Oh, okay. But yeah, my
gotta
playlist is
pull up.
very big. I have a couple other playlists with different types of music, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
If we're going around, you know, my genre is kind of everywhere, but like it's everything but country. See, I got like Gorillaz, Foo Fighters, Childish Gambino, Arctic Monkeys.
There you go.
That's definitely diverse. That's for sure.
Yep. Kid Cudi. Yeah, all that.
So it looks like all the great adventure rumors and craziness have wrapped up for the year. How would you say the 2023 season was? So I think there's a clear, like, split in half for the 2023 season. The first half and the second half. Pretty much pre-Brian becoming park president and post-Brian becoming park president. Pre-Brian becoming park president, the park was definitely a little different than afterwards. Of course, opening this year was very different because not everything was ready. There was a good portion of the park that was closed on opening day, which was weird because we just weren't used to that. And everything reopened fairly slowly as the year went on. But I think after Brian became park president, everything kind of turned around really quick. The park noticeably got better. There were longer hours. The employees were better. Operations were better. Everything just improved once Brian came into the helm. So I think he's definitely responsible for a lot of the good that has come this year. So 2023 overall, I think the first half was definitely on the lower tier, but the second half was really, really good. I mean, I've had tons of absolutely empty days. There's a reason I've gone to the park, I think, 27 times this year so far. Yeah, 27 times. So I wouldn't have gone that many times if I wasn't enjoying it, and I'm still enjoying it. Not burnt out yet. So
It's not over yet either. We still got
nowhere
holiday in
near
the
over.
park.
Yeah.
Actually, we still got a little bit over 3 months left. We still got September left, a week left. Isn't that amazing? 3 months in a week. Wow. Aaron?
As an employee throughout this whole season, there wasn't really a shift. The only thing that shifted were like supervisors, but I didn't even know Brian became president when he did. But I do remember Nitro being closed, like for the first month.
Yeah, I actually, in my tally in my master spreadsheet of like how many times I've ridden stuff this year, so this is where like my OCD brain comes into play. Like it's all written out like when everything opened. So this year Nitro opened. One moment, please. Accessing my sheet. Nitro opened for the season on April 13th. The next day, Batman opened for the season, and then Memorial Day, 5/27, Medusa and Mine Train opened, followed by Toro a couple weeks later on June 17th.
We see.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was that, Ace?
No, I was just telling the gas guy to get my receipt.
Oh, you're in Jersey. You can't fill your own tank, huh?
I despise
That's actually
that,
a good
by
thing.
the way.
That's actually a good thing. Listen, that's a good thing. Unlike the last thing, my camera was upside down. So I had to pump my own gas in Connecticut when I took my godmother to Walmart. So it's actually good. So now I'm pretty much about to go home. But listen, for 2023, I would take this season the way it happened any day of the week because it seemed like it was seamless now that our great park president Brian took over. He's kind of remind me of John, but it makes me not be that sad that John retired. And of course, I miss John, but Brian is great. And we're in good hands now. So I think we've had a great season with Screen Break to start it off for starters, to mitigate all of the downfalls of the early part of the season. And we are finishing off strong with the new announcement for 24. So I'm ecstatic about 24, just like all of y'all.
Definitely.
I kind of forgot about Screen Break, but
that was cool.
Yeah. That's why it was like a bit of a time warp because you had access to like some of those trails and it just felt weird to go through in like shorts and a t-shirt because by that point it was starting to get warm. But that's why I'm like, didn't we do Fears already? And I'm like, oh yeah, right, it was open in April.
Yeah. Hershey or Kings Island? That is a really tough matchup. I think I have to go Hershey. After the opening of Wildcat, I think I have to go Hershey.
I don't know, man. That's tough.
It's really tough.
That's so tough.
They're both excellent.
You know what? It's not as hard as you guys think.
Really?
When you take everything apart, piece by piece, and you go into the details, the finer details, you got to take Hershey by like a tenth of a percentage of a point. 0.1, like 99.9 point. That's how tight the skin of your teeth. Let me tell you why Hershey. Like you alluded to earlier, you have everything in Hershey to die for. You could even camp there. There's everything. It's a whole city.
That's true.
That Kings Island doesn't have in Mason, Ohio.
Kings Island doesn't have
the Coaster collection.
No.
And the Coaster collection is exquisite. They don't have a Wildcat's Revenge.
No, they don't.
From A to Z, even the janky. Well, I can't say janky. That's Donnie Park's Wild Mouse. Even their Wild Mouse is good. There's not a weak ride in the park. It's for everybody. Got every single manufacturer, Schwarzkopf, B&M, RMC, Intamin. Everybody's there. A Ferris wheel. I don't see a weak link at Hershey right now. They're gonna add more. So buy a little. Yeah, Hershey's one of my favorite parks alongside Kings Island. But yeah, Hershey.
All right. I don't really have an opinion because I haven't been to Kings Island. Hopefully that will change next year, though. But
I would love nothing more than to go back to Kings Island.
Kings Island's my favorite Cedar Fair park.
Yeah.
Over Cedar
Fair. It's the best one. Yeah, overall. Don is doing a wonderful. Shout out to Don. What a great consummate gentleman. I hope he's hearing right now with the great coaster stock that we had this year. So yeah, what a great park. I take it over Cedar Point too.
You could pick what the next big coaster would be for Great Adventure. What would you pick? I'll let you guys go first. And say
Okay, go
what you
ahead.
want it to be and not what it is.
Go
Unless
ahead,
they
Aaron.
Okay. It'd be cool if we saw a Giga, B&M, or Intamin. You know.
I agree.
I'm gonna. All right, so I'm gonna go with a personal one, and I realize this is not something that everyone would love to see, but I think we are overdue for like a nice family wooden coaster in the style of Rolling Thunder. Maybe not necessarily a dueling one, but like something to fill that gap. So I'm going with like a park need versus like the most outlandish want I could have, because honestly, I would want something like that too.
Ace? And Ace, I do have to just tell you, just so I don't know if you're aware, Don no longer works at Kings Island.
I heard, but I'm gonna still give him a shout out because he was there when I went to Coaster Stock back on week before Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, okay.
So it's okay. But listen, I have to say this. We all agree on this. Great Adventure does not need a Giga. I'm just gonna be practical on this one. I would love to see, in the honor of the Rolling Thunder, named the Rolling Thunder's Revenge, the ground up hybrid RMC, a world record breaking 92 degrees, 230 feet off, right in the Rolling Thunder plot of land to go intertwine without the. That would be great.
That'd be that was like my second pick.
Yeah, like Steel
Yeah, that's my
Thunder,
number one.
something like that, you know.
I have,
Like if
Yeah.
I have
you know,
three, and it's kind of
Still
hard for me to
Thunder.
pick one. So my top pick is an Intamin Blitz. I mean, the park didn't have a multi-launch. Now they technically do with Flash. But I think they need a full-scale multi-launch coaster that doesn't have shuttle at. Well, it's not a shuttle coaster. It's a full circuit. It's a long ride, something on the scale of a Velocicoaster. And there's two different spots they could put it. Of course, I'd love to see it go next to Toro and Ka. That way you have the three Intamin giants all right next to each other. But I think the better spot is to put it where the arena currently is, have it go through the woods, go near the safari. There's so much you could do with an Intamin Blitz over there. It would totally revitalize the area. But my other pick is what Ace had mentioned with a custom ground-up RMC in the vein of Rolling Thunder, in Rolling Thunder's old spot. I think that would be absolutely amazing. If we could see both of those, Great Adventure might just have the best coaster collection in the world. I mean, between all the B&Ms, Flash, El Toro, King Ka, Jersey Devil, another RMC dueling coaster, like Intamin Giga. I mean, that would be, I mean, not Intamin Giga, Intamin Blitz. That would be just insane.
That would be great. By the way, that's my number 2 pick, actually. I have to put a shout out to that one. A little bit better, make it a little bit better than Velasco's. Of course, it'll never be themed as well, because that obviously Universal is one of the kings when it comes to the theme park world of theming. So, yeah, that would be my number 2. But I took right in where Colin is, the same exact area, with the safari and demoing the arena. Oh, yeah.
Next up, Toro. Absolutely Toro. A Skyrush or El Toro?
I love Skyrush. It's top 20. No, of course, obviously, El Toro is my number 7 coaster all time.
Yeah.
Aaron?
Yeah.
Toro's one of my. It's the best wooden ever. It's the best wooden coaster ever, and it's definitely one of the best coasters ever. Skyrush is a great coaster, and I say it's high up on my list because I know how to ride it better than ever now. So I know exactly where to hit, where to sit at, so it can hit great. So
you know what's funny, and I'm noticing this in Ace, I'm including me here too, but like people love to rank El Toro like 6 or 7 in their top 10, which is kind of funny to me. Like I have it there too, like I forget like 6 or 7, but like I just noticed that like a lot of people, that's where it's ranked. So this is something interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a beauty. It's definitely a beauty.
I'd rather have Great Adventures lineup than Hershey's.
I don't
I
know.
Can't agree with
Oh
that.
my
Now,
God.
Great
Jesus
Adventures
Christ.
Big Four, I do think are better than Hershey's Big Four overall.
Yeah,
But
But it's
after
not
that,
bad.
Hershey takes the cake.
Oh my god.
The
True.
top 2 at Hershey is better than the top 2 at Great Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
yeah,
you have
that's
Skyrush
ridiculous. Top
and
2.
Wildcat, and then Toro, and pick your poison, whether it's cod, devil, or nitro. And then I take nitro over candy for sure.
Yeah,
And
easy.
I love Storm Runner, but I do like cod better. Personally.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can see that.
They're close, but I like cod a little better. Then after
It's
that,
tough.
I mean, Hershey's lineup is better. Though Flash will definitely help Great Adventures case a little bit.
yeah, it's a filler. It's going to fill in as a family coaster. Hopefully for the that something that we were lacking. A
What's
launch.
interesting
Other
with
than cod.
Flash is that the park is sort of marketing it as a family coaster, which I don't see it as a family coaster. It's not.
It's like a
necessarily
lower tier thrill
super
coaster.
extreme, but it's a thrill coaster. So I guess it's kind of an in between, kind of like what Devil was when it first opened and was running ridiculously slow.
Right.
But let's see. When do you think the Great Adventure bricks will go on sale? Technically, you can buy them from the website right now, but the park hasn't like advertised it, so I wouldn't recommend doing that yet. So I'm not sure. I'll try to get some definite answers from the park on that. Let's see. Oh boy, here we go again. Hey, Jersey Devil Aaron, how many supports does Jersey Devil have?
I don't know. It's not on-
A lot.
yeah.
Oh, Colin, how good is Gale Force? It has insane wicked airtime. It is one of the most intense coasters out there, both negative G's and positive G's.
Oh yeah, the back row, that drop, it's like it feels like Skyrush's drop.
Yeah, it's insane.
You know what? I have to say that is the greatest pop of relentless uncontrollability I've seen in my life. When we went for the $10 special Ace event, and I believe it was July of 22, with you, your dad, and Brandon, myself, and James, listen, that thing, when you're in the front row, you don't have no leg control. If you put your legs out, they're getting thrown. You know what I mean? You're getting thrown out of your seat.
Guys, hang on. We have to take a pause.
You know what? You know what,
Go ahead.
Colin? You gotta stall it a little bit because I need to pull it up. But
Go
like,
ahead.
I just kind of internally had this thought of, I'm like, you know what? I should have this sound ready to go because who knows when it's gonna happen,
shoot.
and I'm gonna keep
Yeah, go
talking
for it.
and stalling. Hopefully we don't. Oh, look, what's that?
Yeah,
A
go ahead.
super chat? Wow.
Go for it. There you go. There you go.
Thank you, John, for the super chat. I love your profile picture, by the way. I remember taking that at Thrillathon. How cool would it be if one year Great Adventure added a twist to Holiday in the Park and Fright Fest with Conjuring and Saw X? It could open the door for maybe more IP from Warner Brothers. What do you mean by that? Like a fright thing during Holiday in the Park? Because that would be cool.
You know, I'm not like a horror movie buff, but there's got to be like Christmas, like Krampus. Do like a Krampus fright trail. Like that's actually not a bad idea.
That would be cool.
I think people would do it too.
I would. I definitely would.
Yeah,
It would
that would be
definitely attract a different crowd to Holiday in the Park.
It'd be different. I can't think of any park that does that kind of thing either.
Yeah.
I'm sure people from Great Adventure Watch have that idea for free.
Ace, my dad has requested that you sing your favorite song.
I just give you a line. Well, I can think off the top of my head. It's not gonna be. You know what? I'm gonna give you a Biggie line.
Okay.
Okay. It was all a dream. Hold on. No, let me do this one.
Don't crash.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Wow. I'm just trying to sing it, so I'm just trying to sing it so there won't be no cusses in it. Wow, you got me on the spot on that one. So many great songs. I got a better one for you. Ain't no stopping us now. We on the move. Move it, move it, move it, move it. There's been so many days. Yeah, that's what I could do right now. Y'all take over. I would love to sing the South Park song, but obviously there's too much incendiary profanity in it.
Right, that's true. We can't get demonetized.
There's so many songs, Wow, that's funny.
Thank you for your performance, Ace. Next up, do you think Hershey is overpriced? Seen an article that says it's top 25
No.
most attractions in the world. Honestly,
No, it's not.
when you look at the price of Hershey compared to any theme park around, they're pretty much the same. I mean, one-day tickets are what they are. They're expensive. And the high-tier passes at Hershey are definitely expensive, but you're paying for the benefits. And if you want just a base Hershey pass, they're not terribly expensive. And of course, you're going to get a better deal for like a pass or something at a Six Flags park or a Cedar Fair park. But I definitely don't think Hershey should be on that list when Disney exists. So
Yeah, and you get what you pay for at Hershey. Like
Exactly.
it's a top-notch experience.
yeah, that is one of the best parks out there by far. When the Northern Star Arena gets taken
Absolutely.
down, Six Flags close the whole side of the park. Oh, hold on.
Hold on.
We have yet another super chat.
Yes,
John,
we do.
thank you.
Go again.
Once again. Sorry for the confusion. Yes, add both Holiday in the Park crossover with Fright Fest, and it could feature Krampus and Gremlins. That would be sick, actually.
That would be a
I
really fun
like that
idea.
That would be really cool. You have the family-friendly aspect of it, and then the thrill-seeker aspect of it with the rides that are open, plus the scare maze. That would be really cool.
That would be a very funny idea.
Yeah.
And I bet people would pay for it.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Hey, Jersey Devil Aaron, was JDC made by Intamin?
No, it was made by construction.
Yeah. Best month and or day to go to a theme park. Literally any rainy day.
Yeah.
Best
Any
advice I
rainy
can
day
give.
like yesterday where it was like there were periods where it was bad, but overall it was just like mildly annoying.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to see a day like that again this year.
Not during Fright Fest.
Maybe power hours, but not regular days. When I go to Hershey, should I get the Fast Pass? Since
Might
you're
be
going
worth
on Saturday, yeah, unless it rains, you're probably going to thank yourself if you get it. It's expensive there, just know that. But I've never personally used it. I've never had to. I've just kind of dealt with the lines, but it is worth it. Wildcat is a front row ride. It can be. It definitely can be. It's pretty much equally good in the front and back, in my opinion.
I
Yeah,
know a
that's
few
true. I
people that
concur with
like it
that.
in the front more.
Yeah.
Like both. Front and the back. Any seat, it's like Gwazi. Any seat on is a magic seat. So it gets better, and that's why I lost my voice. Like the last ride today gets better and better and better and better as you ride it, no matter where you ride it. Just like Gwazi. Those two are like neck and neck when it comes to it.
Yeah. Do you like Twisted Colossus? Of course I
It's
like
very
Twisted
good.
Colossus. The best
Oh,
coaster.
hell yeah. That's one of my favorites. Oh,
Although
it's
I
the
think
best.
I'm probably
They're
the only
hands
one
down
here
along.
that thinks it's the best coaster at Magic
Jeez.
Mountain.
Yeah, it's one of the best ones. That alongside X2. Those are the best two. And
The case
1A.
could be made. I think X2 might be my personal number one, but I mean, Twisted Colossus
Wow.
is certainly like the smoother ride. But like it was really good, like top tier RMC.
Wow.
Let's see.
Yeah, I haven't been.
You'll get there one day.
Yeah, it took me 23 years, so just be patient, I guess.
Yeah.
And
What's the
and
best
it's-
way to get in
and
contact
guys,
with
it's a
someone
good
at
thing.
Six Flags? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, guys, you're gonna get your redemption trip. So that's gonna be the name of your blog. Well, when you say it, pretty much for your day or whatever you want to call your trip, the redemption, the California Magic Mountain redemption trip.
Yeah.
When you get invited back, so make sure you go, Tom.
Yep.
All right, back to what I was saying. What's the best way to get in contact with someone at Six Flags? My Friday visit didn't happen because I ended up in the ER/surgery. So I know when you buy tickets now, they have this like fan protection thing. So if I had to guess, because they offer that, they may not offer a refund. Your best way to get in contact with them, I think the email is Six Flags VIP Services or something like that. I would message them on Facebook first because I know PR is fairly active there and they will answer. Live chat I would avoid because it's just people from a certain organization. They don't necessarily work directly for the park. Maybe for this situation it could work, but I don't really know exactly how you would go about that. Like I said, because they offer the paid extra protection, I'm not sure if they would honor a refund. Maybe you could get lucky and have it go to a different day, but I wouldn't count on it, unfortunately. Hey, Jersey Devil Aaron, why is Jersey Devil so loud?
I'll be honest, I don't know. It could be the wheels. I know they replace the wheels pretty often, so it runs on the track that's never replaced.
And the lift hill's very loud.
And the lift hill. Yeah, that's just RMC anti-rollbacks.
They're brutal, just like on Wildcat and Steel Vengeance and all of them. Let's see. Based on your experience in previous years, when does COD typically shut down for the season? I've heard early mid-November. So last year, it shut down way earlier than usual for whatever reason. It shut down at the end of Fright Fest, which a lot of us were pretty ticked about.
Yeah.
Typically, it closes just before Holiday in the Park starts, and I think that's what's going to happen this year.
I've
It's like
heard
November
different
10th.
things. Well, like I heard El Toro is last day of Fright Fest is the last day El Toro is going to be open, so it might be the same. No. Oh,
What a shame.
yeah.
Oh, Ace, are you good? I'm not sure. Ace, you good?
Hey, God, yeah, I'm here, but I went in my house to drop some stuff off. Now, what you saying based on experience and previous?
Oh, you're home?
Oh, I hope so. I hope it does shut down. Well, I hope it does run all the way through mid-November. Bonus days. That'd be great. That's important.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Going to the park after class on Thursday. Excited to see what happens. You should have a pretty good day.
Yes. Thursday should be good.
What's Great Adventure getting in 2025? That is classified information right now.
Yep.
Hey, Jersey Devil Aaron, why is your name Aaron?
My parents named me after the biblical guy. Yeah.
Here you go.
Mhm.
What's your guys' top 3 coasters?
Ooh.
I'll let you guys start because I'm not going to reveal mine quite yet.
I was working on my top lists, and I'm trying to rank at least top 25 because now it's like I have a decent amount of coasters I've ridden. So right now, as it sits, it's I'll start with 3. Number 3 is I-305 at King's Dominion. Number 2, Wildcat's Revenge at Hershey, and number 1 is X2.
All right, I can go. My number 3, Velocicoaster. Number 2, Steel Vengeance. And number 1, El Toro.
Ace?
You said the top 3 coasters of all time?
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy. Aquazi, Period 325, and the Wildcat's Revenge.
So I'm going to do this a little differently because I did mention this earlier in the stream. So number 1 is 2019 Lightning Rod.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 is Gwazi. Number 3 is Velocicoaster. But technically Gwazi because Lightning Rod 2019 doesn't exist anymore. Let's see. Dare you to ride El Toro in every single row the next time you go to Great Adventure.
Mm.
Well, I have ridden it in every row, just not on the same day.
That's true.
And I know certain rows I don't want to ride,
Yeah.
and certain rows I do ride. So I don't know if I want to do that again. We'll see. Let's see. Good evening, Zach.
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys know when Conjuring and Saw X will be opening? Supposedly this weekend. I know it was supposed to be last weekend. The weather kind of destroyed that. So this weekend, hopefully. How much was the Nano Coaster? Do they have other rides? Where do I find them? They're usually $35. I think.
Yes, $34.99. I think with our membership discount, if you have the Diamond Elite VIP with the 50% off, it's like 20 and change after tax, but that's still pretty good.
Yeah.
And yes, they have tons of other rides. At Great Adventure, at least. I mean, most parks have them. But Great Adventure, you can get Classic Medusa, which is this boy here. It's got the old color scheme, the original or you can get the new Medusa, which can confirm they have the new colors, which is cool. And then you got Superman, Lantern, Batman, Ka, Toro, Jersey Devil, Nitro, Scream Machine, and then on Coaster Dynamics website exclusively they have Chiller.
Lots of options.
Yes.
I wonder if
You can find them. You can find them in like merchandise shops.
Yes.
Yeah, like Medusas we saw at Toro's merchandise shop.
The new Medusa.
Yeah, new
Most
Medusa.
other places just have old Medusa.
They're kind of spread out, but you'll find them if you know where to look. Oh, we lost Ace. Oh well. Oh, he's back. Almost. Let's see. How long have you guys all known each other? I've known Ace for the longest. I've known Ace since 2016. I've known Tom since either 2018 or 2019.
I think it was 18 because our first, and I think I did this a few months ago. I found the oldest tagged trip report from Hollywood Studios that I'm in was July of 2018.
Damn. And Aaron,
years.
I've technically known you since 2021 when you won that Jersey Devil trip.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Again the year after.
I'm in that vlog.
We started hanging out this year because I knew you worked at the park and met you through Sammy and went from there.
Yep.
Ace, how long have you known everybody?
Well, first things first, I've known you since you was a little boy, pretty much, since 2016. And then Tom, wow, I've known you since you was the ultimate avid, eccentric Devils fan. 2019, 2020, I believe we met.
Yeah, I think 2019.
That's how long I've known you?
Yeah, I think 19.
Yeah, I've known you for the longest. Yeah. Pretty much.
And what about Aaron?
Been a long time.
Oh, me and Ace.
Aaron, how long I've known you?
We really got close when we got stuck on Zumajaro together. Yeah. Remember when it faulted?
Ace, don't you remember getting stuck
I
there
know
on
so many
opening
people.
day? Opening day.
Opening
Oh, that's
day.
right. We were stuck on what?
And you said his dad looked like Drew Carey.
Yeah, and my dad looks like.
Oh
Drew Carey.
yeah, we closer. Yeah, Ira. Yeah, I was just looking at that thing of my other friend that I hung out over the weekend, and that fucking was so funny. I said I was with you. That was so funny.
Yep.
It was amazing.
Yep.
Man,
Oh,
I was going to say, was he sounding robotic to anybody else?
Yep.
yep. Very robotic.
I mean, I'm also in my basement, so I'm like, maybe it's me, but it was just him.
Ace is currently
let's
frozen.
go.
Oh. There he is.
I'm still here. I'm here.
Okay.
God damn it! I gotta find parking now.
Bacon
But hopefully-
Chris.
Oh, what a surprise!
Bacon Chris. I was just about to say, where's Bacon
Wow.
Chris? Oh, wow.
Oh, hey guys, how you doing?
Oh, hey.
It's because I'm
hey.
building the
Chris.
Medusa Nano Coaster that you appeared, Chris.
Oh, great. Hey,
Yeah.
guys.
What in the world
What's
are
up,
these
Chris?
people doing?
How you
Oh my
doing?
God!
Pieces.
Are you
Doing
kidding
good.
me?
Chris, how was your day at Great Adventure on Thursday with Ace?
Oh, it was fantastic. It was
Christ.
great that I got to spend time with your dad, Tom, Chris, Sean O'Leary.
Only,
He was there.
So,
And
Colin?
Ken. You got to meet Ken, too.
oh yeah, Ken as well. Hey, sorry I was a little late.
No worries, man. So how's your day been?
Good. I just uploaded my New York video.
Nice.
I watched
Congrats,
the
dude.
first 10 minutes so far. It's really good.
Yeah. So, do you ever wonder? Do you guys ever wonder what I did in New York?
Well, you went to the Empire State Building, right? You went
Statue
to
of
the World Trade
Liberty.
Center. You went to Joe's Pizza.
Yeah.
Where else did you go?
The 9/11 memorial to pledge my respects.
Nice.
You know, it's sad every time I've been remembering. I visited the memorial before, but I always wanted to remember the people who died. You know,
Right.
that's very sad.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So
Chris,
how's
you-
that Medusa model coming along?
I am cutting out all the pieces. Some are cooperating easier than others, but hopefully by the end of this, I can have the whole thing assembled, and then I'll compare it to the old model. It's the colors are going to be different. That's it. But hopefully by the end of this, I'll have every piece cut out and put into place.
Chris,
have you guys known each other? I know them for like over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to be about a year.
Yeah, a little over a year, actually. I think so. So, Chris, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So, you know Ken that you met at Great Adventure Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Who does he look like to you?
A bit like Will Ferrell. Let's not make fun of him, but you know,
No.
it's funny
No,
about
not
these.
at all.
Yeah, you know what's
We
so
tell
funny?
him he looks like Will Ferrell, and we're just glad that you agree.
Fuck.
It's like at these ever see at some stadiums they have celebrity lookalikes.
Yeah.
Mm.
What about Willy Wonka? You think he looks like Willy Wonka?
Yeah, and you know what he told me?
What?
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
And Chris,
Oh,
I saw that you caught El Toro stuck on the lift hill. I heard you were yelling at the people.
with Red Robin, Affleck, because you know, and like a good neighbor.
Affleck.
Yeah, I know why you guys said Affleck. Insurance.
Nice.
That
We're
was
going to
awesome.
continue with the questions we have in the stream here.
Yep.
Let's see. When will track arrive for Iron Menace? Hopefully soon. I'm not sure when. 195 is usually not that bad for me. It's not 195 itself. It's the interchange. When you're leaving Great Adventure after a crowded day, it is miserable.
Exit 6 for the parkway can get bad sometimes too.
Oh, speaking of Dorney Park, I'll be there. I will be at Dorney Park next Sunday.
Oh, no. You know there's no haunt on Sunday, right?
Yeah, but unfortunately, it's the only day I can go to Dorney Park. You know,
Oh, okay.
my work schedule.
Well, I hope you have fun.
Thank you.
Bacon Chris, which way do you usually go home from Great Adventure? Do you have to deal with the traffic?
No, I just take 295.
295 is
okay.
easy.
Yeah, and then I take my lady bridge over.
Oh, okay.
You know what my lady bridge is?
I don't.
Well, actually, I call the bridge My Lady because it's named after a woman.
I know the bridge.
What is it?
It's the Betsy Ross Bridge.
Yes. And you know what bridge I also take to get to Jersey too sometimes?
The bridge to
What?
Terabithia.
No, not just the bridge to Terabithia. Oh, boy. But except his last name's not Disney.
It's Whitman.
Walt Whitman.
The
Yeah.
Whitman Bridge.
The Walter White Bridge.
Mm.
The Walter Bridge.
Bacon
Yeah.
Chris, you ever seen that show?
No, I haven't.
All right.
You gotta watch it. Anyways, though, we're gonna continue. Row 18 on El Toro is the best. It's one of the best, that's for sure.
You get that whiplash feeling.
Yeah. Your traffic update with Collywood Studios. You know, it's funny you say that because when we were driving to Hershey, my dad, myself, and Brian, I tend to comment on other people's driving ability and the lack thereof. They suggested that I should live stream while I drive because it's just that entertaining. But I have a feeling I'd get demonetized if we did that. So
yeah. Road rage.
I don't know how good that would go, but yeah, I guess it's that entertaining. Glad I live in South Jersey. Exit 2 off the turnpike. Yeah, you don't have to deal with the New York City nastiness. And Newark, and Jersey
Exit 3
City.
for me. The exit 3 area.
Well, I would take more Parkway than Turnpike, but we're up north. Well, not north, but central. Let's see. King Ka or Top Thrill 2? King Ka by far. I
Yeah.
used to ride Top Thrill 2 to know that.
Yeah, too.
Well, it's going to be an exciting addition to Cedar Point.
I'm disappointed by it still.
Yeah, but unfortunately, there was an accident, and then it closed over a year. But I'm excited for the upgrade.
Yeah, should be interesting.
Something new.
Who wants
Yep.
to do a BCA where I go to Cedar Point?
Have you ever been?
Oh, I've been, but I never done a video.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna do the video anyway on that.
Let's see. Have any of you been on Incredicoaster? I think the only one that has is Ace, right?
This is a
Ace?
good one. I think I can read this question in a good voice. Have any of you been on the Incredicoaster, darling? Is it good, darling?
That's a pretty good impression.
Yeah. Mr. Incredible has all the speed, darling. So throw down.
Ace, are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Ace, what do you think of Incredicoaster?
I don't like the name. Well, I like the original name.
What about the ride itself?
A great ride. I rode it in 2011 when I went to Disneyland, the one and only time I went there.
You rode it as California Screaming.
Yes, it was great. It's a great Intamin. Pretty long coaster. It's the greatest Disney coaster as far as I'm concerned, in my opinion. It's great.
I wish Disney would have B&M coasters or RMC.
Oh, they do. That's Universal in I was thinking Hollywood, the one in Japan or whatever. They have the Hollywood
Dream.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did Top Thrill Dragster ever run in the rain? I'm sure it did, but not really with riders because it's painful. Cost sent 2 trains today and then closed. That sounds about right. Probably took them a good hour to try to fill the train. Let's see. I feel like Great Adventure should use Rolling Thunder / El Diablo space as an enormous arboretum. I mean, it'd be better than nothing. That's for sure.
An arboretum with a ride going through it, potentially.
That would be cool. Well, we got to see what happens with the current arboretum because Flash runs straight through there. So I'm curious what they wind up doing there. Let's see.
Oh man,
how is Fright Fest this year? Great Adventure. It's pretty good. I'd say it's pretty much on par with last year, but that's without Saw X and Conjuring being open. I think those two will definitely elevate the experience of Fright Fest a lot once they open. What do you guys think?
I'd agree. I really want to check out those 2 new mazes just to see what the difference is like between that and the typical ones. But yeah, it's not too different from any years past, but it's good.
Yeah, I think I like to check out those mazes too. I never been in a haunted maze at a theme park, but I did at Shady Brook Farm.
Mm-hmm. It feels like there's more scare actors on the pathway. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've definitely noticed that.
yeah, Fight Fest was good this year. A little bit better. I like the mazes a little bit more than last year, which is very similar. But let's see what happens with the Saw and the Conjuring.
Yeah. Let's see. What is the defunct manufacturer's coaster model that you wish to see make a return by a newer manufacturer? What do you guys think?
Well, I would actually think I would like to see the swinging suspended coaster from Aerodynamics because I like the swinging action.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
And the only thing on is Iron Dragon at Cedar Point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about like a Toga Ultra Twister?
Yeah.
I would love to get on an Ultra Twister.
Yeah. Who would take that up, though, is the question. Like, who would you see?
You know what I'd love to see? Even though SNS has done their job with it, do another X2. With the whoever. That would be great for America on the East Coast.
Did you see RMC doing an Ultra Twister? I mean, they kind of have like
Ooh.
I don't know. I feel like they could get that inline thing pretty decently.
Yeah, because they did it with the 4D coaster that we have, the SNS coaster at the Joker phone. So
Right.
yeah, they could do it. That'd be sweet.
Let's see. Next up, have you been to Valley Fair? If so, what do you think would be a good next coaster? I've not been there. I do think they could use a standout steel coaster, maybe a Raptor, maybe Railblazer. Just saying,
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
that would be cool. But be anything really.
They should go with a B&M invert, and that's what I would say.
They could use something like a really fantastic B&M like Patriot. Standout B&M coaster.
You know what they could use? Because I've been there before twice. They could use an RMC hybrid. Don't even have to be large. Something like 100 or 140 feet. Round up. That'd be nice.
They let him go.
Yeah.
They let you go.
Welcome,
here.
Sammy.
Oh.
You hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Well, where did I leave off on?
I'm not sure.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I had left off that I've been at Valley Fair. An RMC, a ground up RMC hybrid would be nice.
Yeah, like an RMC, small B&M.
Sammy
about that.
just seems like
Let's
stop
see.
existing.
Where are we going next? There we go. What is your opinion on Great Adventure getting an intimate multi-launch or a dive coaster?
What do they need? Which of the two do they need more? Would you say?
There we go.
I guess maybe
The
now that we're
multi-launch.
getting flat. I don't know, but with Flash though, I mean, like, it's not a true multi-launch, but I mean, it's tough.
Why would we get a dive coaster originally only though?
Yeah, Iron
Yeah,
Menace.
well, that's what that changes things too.
And we also have Medusa, so like, be like a 4 list.
Yeah, if Six Flags gets a dive coaster, they'll be the world record with the park. I mean, right now, Six Flags Great Adventure is still the park with the most B&M roller coasters.
Until next year.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, SeaWorld.
it will be tied.
Yeah.
Let's see. Skip that. Skip that. Yeah, Ace had me hustling on Friday from David.
Colin conveniently left out the question.
Oh,
when I was
cool.
asked about- Yep.
What was that?
I said Colin
That's my good
conveniently
friend
left
David.
out the hockey question.
That was
Was
pretty
there?
cool. My good friend, listen, David is a phenomenal athlete. He ran 5 miles on Saturday after I had him hustling on Friday at Hershey Park. So, hey, I guess I'm getting like in Tom's category of being a Tom's Fitness.
Yeah.
So, and you too, Colin. So yes, I can make it with it. I can ride with you all day long at any park. It don't matter what park it is. I'm running around all day. My legs are still golden.
Do you think the Flash at Great Adventure is going to get delayed? I don't think it's going to be delayed per se, but I don't think it's going to open particularly early. It'll probably open late summer or in the fall, just because of the fact that it was a last-minute addition. Construction hasn't really gotten moving too much yet, so definitely don't expect it to be open in the spring.
I'm gonna say 4th of July around that time.
We'll
I'm
see.
thinking Labor Day.
I could see Labor Day.
Maybe
I could see 4th of July or National Roller Coaster Day.
Ace?
How-
Do you think the Flash at Great Adventure is going to get delayed?
Ace, are you there? Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So I was saying it's going to get delayed. It should open by Independence Day weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. What are you into? This is regards to music. Mostly classic rock, but that can cover a wide span of things. So 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and then of course like the stuff I grew up with that was new at the time, that stuff too. So a wide range of stuff. Is Nitro still getting a repaint? I'm not sure, honestly. I mean, they repainted the trains, so they might as well. What was that, Bacon Chris?
They got the new trains, so they might
Yeah.
as well get a repaint.
Yeah, true.
I think they'll be repainting gray and blue.
Yeah, I could see gray and blue. Chris, would you rather see gray supports or gray track?
Maybe gray supports would be better because if you make the track an interesting color, then that's what's more pleasing to the guy.
Yeah, probably. I think it'd be cool to see the gray track with blue supports just to switch it up a little bit from what we've seen in the past.
Yeah, but the blue supports aren't painted.
Yeah. And then if the support color wore, like, it went away over time, it would just have the blue underneath, so it would look pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's see. It'll make sense if 50th anniversary for Great Adventure started on July 1st because that's when the park opened in 74. I could see like the festivals and stuff like that being on that day. Starting on that day at least. Let's see. For Fright Fest, are you guys going to do live streams there or no? Probably not. I haven't done live streams in the park in a while. They just tend to be a bit of a hassle. I like having it set up, kind of cools my OCD a little bit when I have it nice and organized like this. The park is a little hectic. El Toro as a coaster, but Skyrush's first drop is better than Toro's. It depends on what you liked. Skyrush's drop is more aggressive, that's for sure. Only when you're in the back row, though.
That's true. Well, like El Toro, like anywhere but the front car, you get like forces.
Yeah.
Like strong.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's just me on Toro this year. The drop just doesn't hit as it used to.
I agree.
Like Skyrush still hits.
You're right.
Toro doesn't hit.
The two Camelbacks are the stars of the show.
Yeah.
Even the Rolling Thunderhill feels a little slower.
Yeah.
Especially yesterday.
Yeah. Well.
Oh my god, yesterday. Oh.
If I had to pick a bunch of coasters I want Great Adventure to have, it would be a Giga, Intimate Blitz, RMC Hybrid, and a Dive. That's pretty reasonable.
We
Maybe
need like a family coaster too, though. Like, we need like a Big Bear
That's true.
Mountain.
What was that, Sammy?
I said we need like a family coaster too, like a Big Bear Mountain or something like that.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, or like one of the gravity groups, like Great Escape.
Next up. The story of how Great Adventure was supposed to get what is now possessed at Dorney, and what you think the park would look like now if that happened. So for context, I don't know how true it is, but supposedly Great Adventure was originally supposed to get what is now possessed. The reason that it didn't. So originally, back whenever it was, I guess Viper was supposed to get removed a little early, and an Impulse would replace it. They ordered it for Great Adventure. But then Six Flags acquired Geauga Lake and was building it up to be Worlds of Adventure. So they wanted to just throw capital investments at it. So the Impulse kind of took the bite from Great Adventure and they just threw it over there at Geauga Lake. So originally the Impulse was supposed to be where Toro is now. So if that didn't happen, Toro wouldn't be there. It wouldn't exist or just wouldn't be in that particular spot. Dorney would never get possessed. But it's kind of crazy that a coaster that was supposed to be a Great Adventure is now at the next closest big park. which I think is pretty cool.
2 hours up the
Superman was
road.
also supposed to be there.
What?
Superman was also supposed to be there.
That is
Yeah,
true.
there was a plan to have Superman back there.
And it was supposed to be a wooden coaster where Medusa is. I think it's CCI, right?
Yeah.
Tom, are you still part of Great Adventure History?
Yes, I am.
You should have like a whole page on like different like stories behind it, like
Yeah.
of what was supposed to happen. That'd be so cool.
It's tough to verify that kind of stuff, though, you know?
Yeah.
Is there any update on the coasters going to Steel Pier? I haven't heard anything. Though I have heard rumors that the Skyrocket isn't happening anymore, but I can't confirm or deny that. In Long Island, there's this place called Bayville Adventure Park that does a Halloween
Long
event
Island.
that opens their haunts during Christmas, Valentine's Day, and St. Patrick's Day. That sounds cool.
I hear my roommate, my old college roommate, going on Long Island because he's a Long Islander, but that sounds like fun.
What's the coldest temperature you have experienced a coaster? Nitro in, I think, 8 degrees, 9 degrees.
That
I don't
sounds
know how it
right.
was open, but I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because according to all the coasters I've been to during holiday in the park, Nitro, since it's like the fastest, seems to be the coldest. I mean, King Ka is always closed during holiday in the park, so Nitro will have to be it.
Yeah,
I did.
I agree.
I did the roller coaster challenge back in 19,
Mhm.
and that was awesome.
Fool.
Cool. You got this. I got the coolest class right there.
Oh, boy.
You do not have this. Yeah, clap it up. You don't have that, Colin.
That's fine. I have plenty of other better stuff. I do want to ask you guys' opinion on this. So there's this new speedy parking that they're bringing to the Six Flags parks. What do you guys think of that?
What is it?
It's the license plate recognition thing. It's
Oh, is
called
that-
speedy
oh.
parking. And they actually use Speedy Gonzalez as a promotion material for it.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
good.
that.
Smart move.
Chris, can you do a Speedy Gonzalez impression? I know you're good with the impressions.
Okay, Basso. Well, you know what? Speedy Gonzalez. Did you guys ever watch the Looney Tunes show?
Of course.
Yeah. Speedy Gonzalez owns a pizza shop.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, the weirdest thing is he's Mexican, but you know, I mean, Mexican and Italian are like get along together. But I do Bugs Bunny. Yeah. What's up, yeah?
Bacon Chris, who's your favorite Looney Tunes character?
I would say Speedy Gonzalez, but Daffy Duck is like is a jerk to everyone,
Yeah.
both in regular Looney Tunes and Looney Tunes show.
Kind of like Tom.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about
I'm
it.
gonna laugh at this. One time I was checking a person's receipt at DJ's. You're gonna laugh at this.
Okay.
And the customer actually laughed and got a good smile out of me what I wrote on their receipt.
Would you write?
That's all, folks.
That's funny.
Yeah,
We're gonna keep, we're,
that
we're
guy
gonna
said,
keep going. Let's see here. Do you think Power Hours will be worth it? Absolutely. Oh,
Yeah.
and Sammy, that reminds me.
yeah,
So I noticed
party
that
time.
Toro is not on the list of rides for Power Hours. Is that the
What's
case?
the deal with
or-
that?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Colin, I do have to get going, so.
All right, Chris. Well, thanks for joining us. I hope you had fun.
Yep, I just got a busy day at work tomorrow.
That's fine. We'll catch you next time. All right, man?
Thank you.
See you,
guys
Chris.
later.
Have a good night.
Now I can confirm and deny anything about Jersey Devil while Aaron cannot. So Aaron can confirm nor deny anything about Toro right now.
What do you mean?
Exactly.
Doesn't not.
Do you think Great Adventure will get double-sided lockers next year? Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, wait, yeah.
Flash,
Sure.
Brian actually told us Flash will have them built into the queue from day one. So very exciting.
Oh yeah, you guys don't even have to risk your jobs. Like we were told that.
Yeah, I was told that.
Oh yeah,
so.
no,
Everyone
we
knows.
we talked to a guest today about it on El Toro, being like, because they were all mad like about the locker system. We're like, don't worry, we're getting a new implemented locker system next year. So like, it is a very well-known thing now.
Yeah. What's the coaster merch like at Hershey? It's pretty good. There's a nice. They have very nice, like plain, as you can see there. Skyrush shirt right there.
Yep.
I had my Wildcat shirt on the other day. Just a nice plain logo shirt. That's what I like the best. Nothing stupid or crazy. Just
I love the Jolly Rancher remix shirt.
Yep. I think Ace has decided to come back. He's back. Welcome back.
No,
Ace.
what happened was I don't know. Ever since I started the stream, I didn't have my adapter cable plugged in on the road. I just got home too, so yeah, I like the T-shirts at Hershey. I gotta give me a Wildcats Revenge claw print T-shirt definitely before the season ends. It's beautiful. Sammy,
Hello.
hello. Where's Bacon Chris?
He had to go for the night.
Oh, okay.
Ace, you have a fan. He says, "Hello, Ace. This is Joseph."
How
from
you
Great
doing,
Adventure."
Joseph? What's up, buddy?
Let's see. Welcome, Eric. Glad you could join us for a stream. What's the move? There is no move. Would you go back to Silver Dollar City for the new Fire in the Hole? I would.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather wait
Yes.
until they get a brand new thrill coaster, but it's still my favorite park. So any reason to go back is a good reason.
Well, I'm doing the Missouri trip next year. I call it the Triangle. Six Flags St. Louis, Silver Dollar City, and World of Fun, and the other park north of Kansas City and Iowa. I'm going there too. So
Adventureland?
to build some credits.
Are you
Is it
thinking
Adventureland, Ace?
You said what?
the park in Iowa, Adventureland?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I got to go there too.
Let's see. Next up, I take Monmouth Road. No highways for me. Yeah, 537. Usually a decent ride as long as people know how to drive on it. Top Thrill 2 should have an airtime hill. That would make it a lot better. I agree. The fact that it doesn't sucks. Let's see. When do you think track for the Flash will start arriving? Probably during Holiday in the Park. Maybe a little later. We'll see.
Or sooner.
Or sooner. We'll see. I mean, it's coming from Vacoma overseas. So, what's your least favorite coaster at Cedar Point? Corkscrew.
Gotta be Corkscrew.
I concur. Yeah.
Rougarou.
Rougarou.
Yeah, that was really rough. I got a front row ride. It was like a Zen ride. Because it was CoasterCon 44, and it was open for nighttime ERT, and it was so rough. I think Green Lantern is better than Rougarou.
Wow.
Green Lantern's a million times better than Rougarou. You kidding me? And Mantis, when it was Mantis, prior to 2016.
So is Joker a Great Adventure good? Looks like you hit your head on the back of the seat. Does that happen? Not really.
Depends if you have room.
Depends. I mean, just keep your head back and you're fine.
It's an okay ride.
It can be really good, and then other times it's just all right. Sammy, do your ears ever hurt after working Medusa?
I mean, I haven't worked there since like beginning of August, so it's been a while. But yes,
Very loud ride.
very.
Since Medusa is not using the torches, they should put it at the bottom of Nitro's first drop to add some flair. I mean, that would be cool.
They are working on fixing them. That is public knowledge.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
So, guys really like the fire effect, so they are working on it.
I thought that. No, go
Sound
ahead.
the alarm.
Go ahead, Tom.
Sound the alarm. What's
Sound the
going on here?
alarm.
Wow.
Thank you,
hold on.
Scarlett, for the super chat.
All
Flash
right.
will be top 5. Mark my word. I think you could be right because realistically, it's not going to get into the big 4 in my opinion, unless it really surprises me. But I definitely can see it topping the B&Ms of the park, which I don't think will be too hard for it to pull off. Looks like it has some good airtime moments, good hang time moments. I mean, it looks like a fun ride. So top 5 Flash, that's definitely not out of the question. I agree.
It's a possibility. Let's see what happens. Let's ride it and see.
I just don't want to overhype it for myself, but I definitely agree that it'll probably be top 5. Not higher than that, though. I don't think it'll be better than Ka or Nitro or Devil. Let's see. What was the first big coaster that you rode at Great Adventure? Well, it depends on your definition of big. That could be Rolling Thunder. That could be El Toro. I guess technically Rolling Thunder because Mine Train isn't really that big.
Yeah, that's true.
So for me, it's Rolling Thunder.
Yeah.
Well, then it'd have to be for me too.
Oh, well, guys, I'm gonna give it a big C. I concur because back in 1992, God rest and bless my late mom's soul. I rode with her in 92, and before that, I had only ridden the Runaway Train. So obviously, any other coaster like Lightning Loops and even Shockwaves, are smaller than the Rolling Thunder. So it's a big one. Yeah.
See, when I hear big coaster, I think of 54-incher. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say.
That's what I thought too.
For me, that was Green Lantern then. My first 54-inch coaster was Green Lantern.
Yeah, I'm going to go 54-inch being Nitro, but otherwise Rolling Thunder.
Mm-hmm. Mine was
50
Superman.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Superman.
Green Lantern was funny. I rode it in March of 2016. I was barely tall enough for it. And I hated it so much when I first rode it that I wouldn't ride any other 54-inch coasters for the rest of the day. I say my dad wasn't too happy, but
wow,
it ruined it.
That's terrible.
And now I love the ride. So
And Carl was a little brat back then.
What year you said? What year did you ride the Green Lantern? What you hated, and you end up hating every coaster that was 54 inches. What year was that again?
2016, the beginning.
Oh my God, that was the same year we met. Wow.
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow. Now you love them. Everybody likes you like Green Lantern now too. Wow.
Jingles is quite brutal here. Who is Aaron? Why should I care about him? Where did he come from?
Oh my God, that's brutal.
Aaron, you want to defend yourself here?
Jesus.
I started working at Jersey Devil this year, and like before I started, I was an enthusiast, and then like I'd watch Hollywood. I'd attend a thrillathon where I won Jersey Devil track.
2 years in a
Twice
row.
in a row.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I've kind of been in the background until I guess this year.
Here he is. You should care.
Yeah.
He runs
Jingles.
one of the best
Who's
rides in the
Jingles?
park.
Jingles.
Okay.
Hey, Katie.
Hello,
Welcome to
Katie.
the stream. Let's see. What's your thoughts on the glamping experience? I heard it's getting a lot of money to it. I think it definitely has potential. I'm very excited to try it out. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm excited. I'm really curious about it. What do you guys think?
Oh, the glamping. I don't glamp. I camp. But it should be fun. Great adventure.
I don't know what to expect. It's either going to be Great Adventure or it's going to be Great Adventure. Well, we're never going to know.
Well, I've camped before, never glamped. So just like Tom said, and why should you? It defeats the purpose of camping when you glamp. So camp, enjoy it. So I hope it ends up being good. Let's see what happens.
I just think it's gonna be cool to be able to wake up and see like giraffes and animals outside, kind of like Animal Kingdom.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Do you think that Iron Menace will be underrated or overrated from speculation? I think it'll be right on target with what a lot of us are expecting. I'm expecting Emperor pretty much, maybe a little better. And Emperor's a good ride, so Iron Menace will be a good ride. What about you guys?
I think it'll be about what people will expect out of a dive.
I believe it'll be underrated.
Aaron, Sammy?
I feel like you can't judge it until you ride it. It's a dive coaster.
Mm-hmm. I know. I'm not the biggest fan of dive coasters, but the drop looks cool because beyond vertical.
Yeah. Let's talk about if Great Adventure was a Cedar Fair park.
Ooh.
It'd be very different.
It would be.
Yeah, we want to have Jersey Devil.
No.
We would have King Dakar 2.
We'd have,
Oh
we'd
my
have
God.
two. We would have a B&M dive. We would have a B&M wing. We
Yep.
would have a GTI.
We would have every B&M model.
Yes.
We would have
So
a B&M
basically, like Colin and I alluded to in our conversation a month ago, to be exact, about adding this doing in our dream world, a great adventure. We would have that GC on the back behind Skull Mountain. We would have, forget the Joker, that wouldn't even be there. Forget that crap. We would have that wing coaster right on the lake where the old seal, where Dolphin Show used to be at, and we would have that B&M dive where the arena's at. They would have demoed that arena. That's what would have happened with Cedar Fair taking over.
I do think that overall the park would look nicer
It
if
would.
Cedar Fair had owned it.
Yep.
I don't think that's far-fetched to say.
It might look like
Yeah.
Kings Island.
It would look more like
Yeah. You know what? Excuse me, Tom. I've always thought of that because you look at Kings Island Great Adventure. Similarly, the layout is similar. You don't have to walk much because all the rides are pretty much taking all the acreage. You literally walk in the center of it. Have you noticed that at both parks?
Yeah, and you know what? Kings Island kind of reminded me, landscaping-wise, of what I remember Great Adventure to be like from when I first started going there. Like,
Yeah.
there was a really good video, and I forget who it was by, but like of a walkthrough of Great Adventure in 2005.
Oh wow.
I know exactly what you're talking about, where they went through the whole German section and everything.
No,
not
I
that
know which
video?
one you're. That one's from. I know which one you're talking about. That's 2006. Like there was a 2005 one.
Yeah,
I think I
man.
sent it to you, Colin. Yeah.
yeah.
Classic Great Adventure footage 2005 from Extreme Coasters Network.
Wow.
That was who posted it. And like you get the ambient music for each section and whatnot, and like that's what I remember. And Kings Island kind of reminded me of that. So like I think
Wow.
we'd see like more of that.
Pretty cool.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Who are the better
cool.
2024 editions? Six Flags or Cedar Fair without knots? It's tough. It's really tough. They're actually the closest they've been in years.
You know,
I might have to give Six Flags the edge.
Yeah.
Honestly.
yeah, because Cedar Fair seems like they botched Top Thrill too. You don't see much going on in the Cedar Fair chain, and you look at Six Flags, they're doing a hell of a lot more than Cedar Fair, surprisingly. So yeah, the edge goes to Six Flags.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, you know what? Six Flags kind of. I like that Six Flags is starting to do more with their lower tier parks, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because I don't necessarily view like Great Escape or Six Flags America as being like, well, they, in terms of if you're judging it solely based on like thrills, I could see why people wouldn't like them as much. But like they're parks that typically don't get attention, and like we got the Bobcat going to Great Escape, which is awesome. They're completely revamping the Mind Eraser area to America, so that makes me happy to see those parks get some attention. So yeah, point Six Flags.
I saw Michael.
Oh.
He won like a Mind Eraser seat today.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I saw
I
that.
was like, that was so cool.
Sammy, what about the Mind Eraser seat?
Michael, Blue Diamond Coasters won it today, and I am very jealous.
Oh, congratulations, Michael. That's great. Oh, and speaking of SLCs, Six Flags is doing another job in Six Flags America. They bring it back. They're going to reopen the SLC with the new vest restraints, like the Riddler Revenge at New England have. So yeah, they're doing a lot of work for a lot of parks next year, which is great. Six Flags.
Next up, when is the next Flash update? Whenever I see something new.
I saw
I'm not
new
going to give you
Arboretum
guys a
signs.
Nothing Burger video. So whenever I see something new.
I saw new Arboretum signs. I think that's a sign.
I did too, but that's not for Flash.
Well, it is a sign, but it's not a Flash sign.
Yeah. Let's see. Met you guys at Justice League at Fright Fest Preview. So cool to meet you guys. Glad you were able to meet us. If Green Lantern closed, would you care? I would care. I'd be pretty sad, actually.
Luke.
Yeah, he's been here.
Yeah, it would be very sad. But even when I voted as Chang, and then Six Flags discussed Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom. Excuse me. So I would be sad because it's a good coaster. You just have to know how to ride it. I can't give the secrets away on here because that's classified information. But we all know how to ride Green Lantern. Come on now.
Wouldn't it be really funny if they over Texas the parachutes and it fell on Green Lantern by accident?
That'd be a good way to make it go out.
It's like, oh, that's awfully convenient.
That'd be really funny.
Let's see. Ace, I met you on Justice League, but you ignored me until told you I was calling you over. Well, Ace is a little hard of hearing. He has some hearing loss, so sometimes it's the truth. I mean, sometimes Ace just can't hear, so I do have to help him
what
out.
happens? I hear very well. What happens is, like, for example, when you was calling me, y'all told you and your dad always calling me at car, so zoned out.
Ace, we gave you a way out of this, man.
I just get zoned out. That's what happens. No, don't take it the wrong way. I just get zoned out when I get to the parks because I be trying to, like my friend David alluded to, I race everybody around. Colin, your father, you know how I run around the park. And I be all zoned out to get to the next coaster. What's the next? Even when I'm on the coaster, what's the next one? What's next? So pardon me for that. I'm going to try my best.
Get it.
I'm going to try my best to be more conscientious.
We get it, Ace. Next up, Sammy, were you at Hershey Park at Wildcat's ETR day? I think I saw you at Skyrush while I was waiting for the front row. I was wearing a Velocicoaster shirt.
What's ETR day?
I'm trying to figure that out too.
I think it means ERT day.
I was there for the Coaster Crew event, if that's what they're referring to.
And he was there at Wildcat Media Day.
Yeah, I was there at Wildcat Media Day. I was there at Wildcat Preview Day. And this could be a million things. I don't know what ETR is. If you want to specify in the chat, we'll come back to it.
Only thing I know ETR as is El Toro Orion.
That's exactly
what El Toro Orion's hosted a day there yet. Hopefully they add on-ride photos for more rides. Well, I did notice, you guys will see in the stream, the next vlog, that
yes,
Superman has the new camera equipment set up. Superman hasn't had on-ride photos since 2016, so that's pretty huge. Wow. Maybe we'll see it come back to Medusa too and get some more value out of the picture pass, but it's supposed to be starting in October. I'm going to try to get some exact dates from the park on when we can expect to see it return, but pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sammy, is your number one coaster Medusa?
Number one to operate.
No.
Let's see. If Menace and Flash open the same day, where are you going? Well, I know they're not opening the same day, so I don't have to think about that. Aaron, I heard Devil was running 4 trains yesterday. Is that true?
It was actually 1, not 4. I think you were
the first time I've ever seen it run 1 train. But it didn't need more than 1 train, honestly.
No, we were sending empty trains half the time, so yeah.
And the final comment of the night we'll be accepting, because we've gotten to the end of the chat. Watching those 2005 to 2006 videos take me back, man. That was peak Great Adventure.
Yes,
I don't disagree.
Yes, it was.
Listen, guys. When I used to humbly take the New Jersey Transit bus, thank God they were smart enough to have 7 a.m. buses. I used to get there at 8:30 to be exact, and they had the early half an hour ride time because the park would open at 10, so we get in there like 9:15 for rope drop, and we had to run the car. That place was so packed, the whole front of the park was packed. Those were the peak days, 2006, 2007. Nobody touched us around the world as theme parks. Nobody. We had the greatest park ever. Your dad could attest to that.
It was a pretty special place. I highly recommend watching like any of those like mid-2000s walkthroughs, especially the 2005 one, because you can hear all like the old like in-park music, and for whatever reason that just like does it for me, like takes me back.
And the crazy thing is that, remember how we talk about, we rode 50 times? Somebody bragged a couple years ago about Power Hours, they rode car 55 times. There was no such thing. If you did not get a flash pass, you was not riding car more than once or twice with a 5-hour line. Did you hear about that, Colin? 5 hours for the Toro line, and I mean the car ride. And El Toro's line was always out of the front entrance. Did you hear about that, Colin?
Yeah, you told me.
It was horrible. The lines were crazy. You were lucky to get one ride on everything for the day. So, yeah, crazy. Crowded times.
But with that being said, guys, we're going to end the stream there. I want to thank you all for joining us. I'm going to run through everybody, plug your social media, say what you want to say. We'll start with Aaron, then go to Tom, then Ace, then Sammy.
All right. You might have noticed this whole time I've been wearing like a blazer and a tie. I just wanted to make a first good impression on stream. That's why. So my handle on Instagram is Jersey Devil Aaron. My YouTube is also Jersey Devil Aaron, but I don't really post. There's like a few videos there, but that's it.
Tom.
Yes, me. That would be me. You can follow me at Toms_tracks99 on Instagram. I don't do a whole lot there. But maybe I'll start doing more stuff there. I always say that I try to enjoy the parks.
You say that every stream.
By the parks. By the parks, I mean great adventure, and I've gone enough that I pretty much know what I'm gonna get each time. So you know what? I'll just say that I'll maybe stop being lazy because that's honestly what it is.
Ace.
It's Ace, aka Mr. Ka, and you can find me mostly on Facebook as Ace Ka.
Sammy, Built to Thrill. You can find me at El Toro, or you can find me on Instagram. So one of the two.
With that being said, guys, that's going to conclude tonight's stream. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for some more content coming very soon to Hollywood Studios. Goodbye, guys.